People can hear you.
Hi. Hi,
Hello.
people.
We're officially offline, but people can hear you. Oh,
That's fair.
all right, hold on. I'm gonna check because I got the robot to work. I feel like I'm in Lost in Space. Robot work. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see if the Dan alerts. It works! It works, Shiny! It works! Okay.
Nice.
Hey, everybody. I got a guest. I'm in the bunker today. How you guys doing? Now we got to figure out where the bunker is. Bam! Hi! You know what? And I knew I missed something. All right. All right. I got to connect this. So how you doing? How you doing, Shiny? Vessel, how you doing? Hello!
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
This is actually Shiny's canonic height because Shiny's like 7 feet tall. I'm 5'9". I don't know how you got in the hatch. You're a magical creature, so it's just yeah.
You know, as a bird, birds are real good at squishing themselves down. Faye also equally.
Yes. Oh
good
yeah,
at
Faye.
squishing
And
themselves.
I did invite you in. And I have removed the iron from the place. I'm not sure if aluminum counts, but I have removed the iron. All right, good. So it's great having you here, Shiny. Can I ask? Like, I'm gonna ask you, like. Okay, I'm gonna ring. But I asked 2 questions, and I think we talked about it before. So my 2 questions always are like, how did you get started, and have you ever? So I guess my first question. Why? Before we do that, tell us about yourself.
I'm just a little harpy.
You are
who's
not little.
Totally, probably not watching everybody through birds through various times of the day.
Nice. I like that. You are. I don't know if you're watching the stream. You are not little.
Small for, a mystical being that observes the universe.
Fair.
There are bigger guys out there.
Very fair.
I'm small compared to them.
Okay, fair. It's like a flat aircraft carrier. Like you see it up close, you're like, wow, and then you get on the ocean, and it's like tiny. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
How long have you been streaming?
I have been streaming, God, I think 2 years? 2 years, maybe going towards 3.
How'd you start? What made you want to the one of the cool things I saw was like any Fae creature, because I'm half Irish. Yeah, I'm a student of folklore. I enjoy that kind of thing. How did you decide on your persona?
So
Yeah.
it's going to be far less interesting than you're probably hoping for. I was scrolling TikTok one day, as you do, and I do art. I am an artist, and I saw a make your own character here thing, and it was for Monster Girls, and I was like, why not? So I sat down and I followed the instructions, and I came up with this derpy little harpy creature, and I was like, I like this.
Very cool.
So I tucked her in my pocket, and then a year later, my friend and model mama, actually, was like, "Oh, so you wanna start streaming? I'll make you a model."
Oh, epic. Okay.
So
Who's your model? Is the mom also the rigger too, or just the artist?
no,
or?
so she was papa and mama, technically.
Okay.
'Cause she did the rigging and the art. But Yuki Hiyobashi, and they've since graduated
Oh, gotcha.
from VTubing,
Okay.
which was really, really sad. I did a very sad little piece of art that made her cry a bunch, and
She's fine
'Cause
people.
'cause
I've noticed that
yeah.
that the young ones are associating graduating with, like, I think in the future graduation is going to be synonymous with death. She's fine people. She's fine. They just moved on. They're just doing something else. They're fine. Just doing something else. Right? Tell me right.
Right.
Okay.
They went on to have a different job.
Perfect.
They
Okay.
did not have enough time to do art and VTubing anymore. So.
Gotcha. No, that makes sense. And as shocking as it may seem, VTubing doesn't pay a lot of bills.
No, it does not. No, it does not.
Hey, Prism, how you doing? Hello. Hi, everybody. Hey, Stars. Hey, Vassal. Hi, welcome in. Give Shiny a click. There, she's pinned. The coffee is black like my soul. How's your coffee?
Coffee's amazing.
How's your coffee?
My coffee?
Yeah.
Non-existent. I've already gone through 4 or 5 cups.
Day after. I run on coffee. Well, caffeine, if I could. So at that point, then, did you go in? Did you start learning OBS, or did you? What was it that sort of like? Yeah, you know what? Okay, because some people still, even with the model, they don't take the sort of unquote plunge. So what was it?
It was. I wanted to get used to talking to people again because I kind of forgot how to talk to people. I forgot how to interact with people in a way that wasn't just constant anxiety. So it was one of the ways I was trying to learn how to connect to people again and be less nervous about talking to people while also sharing things I love because I have a rabid fun love of just retro video games and old technology. And I think getting to share stuff like that.
When she says that, she means like Atari, so that's me. It's like retro, that means me. You want to see an 8-track? I got one.
I've seen an 8-track. I've
seen pictures, Dan.
One of the systems I worked on when I was working on computers was an IBM processor Type 2. So, like, I assure you, you're fine.
Very nice. What kind of retro games do you like? Like, so you don't do horror? You mostly do like retro stuff? Because I
do.
Okay, go ahead.
Everything.
Oh, really?
I do everything.
So you're more variety stuff. But is your passion in? Hey, how you doing, ISO? So is your passion in retro stuff or like? Yeah.
My passion is retro video games, but in order to have a more lively community, I try to do a variety of games. Like, we just got through a Hamtaro game, which came out on the Game Boy Advance back in 2006, I want to say. But I also play modern games like Baldur's Gate 3. There's a game that just came out that's an indie game that I'm sort of really excited to share with everyone. But I'm going to have to figure out what day I'm going to do that on. Wednesdays are typically games I'll play, older games.
Oh, hi, Nivy.
Tuesdays are probably...
Hi, Nivy. Nivy just raided. Oh, hi, Nivy.
Hi, Nivy.
Hello. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm doing an interview with the wonderful Shiny Bones. And she is a fae and a harpy, and canonically 7 freaking feet tall.
Yeah.
So you see that
hatch? A little tall.
Yeah, you see that hatch? You got in through the hatch, that bird, and all of a sudden, not a bird. Yeah, my height. Yeah. I'm not a short king. I don't know what they're feeding you people. I'm not a short king. I'm 5'9". It's average.
It's fine.
I'm happy. I'm happy you can resize too, because you ain't. I mean, I'm behind a Denny's, so I mean, yeah, we're gonna have to get you out of the hatch on the ceiling. It'll be fine.
You know, just turn into a small magpie and fly out, and that's totally fine.
Perfect. You know, the funny thing is, they actually give me they give me gifts. I'm Radagast, and I'm a hermit. And what you were saying before is like basically started to sort of get the hang of talking to people again. And man, I don't know. I don't know if I like long lost family, because I'm absolutely the same way. Because I was a hermit for a long time, and then I saw somebody called Iron Mouse, and I thought, you know what? If this person can do this, and they're basically kind of cut off from the world, I could fucking do this too. And yeah, I did really, Shiny, I did it for the same reason you did. Sort of to get me in the habit, because I'm an extrovert by nature, if you haven't noticed. And I was kind of being decidedly unextroverted, so I kind of needed it. It sounds like it's worked out really well for you.
It has. It has. I mean, I still have a lot of anxiety. I have coping mechanisms, and I deal with it as it comes up.
That is the thing. It's all about, I mean, you're here, you manage it. Never like, you're cured! Jump up and down. Oh my god! Like, it's not TV. You just manage this shit, people.
Exactly.
I don't know, Shiny. Not to get weird, but like at a certain point, if you ain't anxious nowadays, you ain't paying attention. I'm just gonna throw that right out there and let it just disappear.
And there it goes into the distance.
That's right. Yeah.
Where it will probably come back and remind us at a very inconvenient time.
That's the story of my life. So I saw you playing. I can't remember it. I call it the Chicago Rat game, and I picked it up, and it's really cool. I've been playing it, and it's really cool. So I'm going to start streaming. What is it?
Nice.
Requiem? I can't remember. Yeah, you and Nevi, I steal all the games from the. Have you tried Date Everything? Have you tried that?
Not yet. It is on my list of things to play. Nevi has great taste, I will say.
100%. Oh my god, Nevi, if you're there, you got to be getting commissions for this. This should be called the Ace game. I'm like, wait, I can date. I can be friends with everyone. I don't have to leave. Fuck yeah. I'm in. I'm fucking 100% in. Oh yeah, I recommend it. It's so much. What is? Oh, you played Baldur's Gate 3. Did you finish it all?
Yes.
Would you recommend it to me?
So, I have finished it twice.
Oh god damn!
Two different people's streams. I was playing it on my own before that. Did you play Baldur's Gate 1 or 2 at all? Those games came out in 96, 97, I want to say.
Oh, okay.
It's okay if you haven't.
Well, let's just say I burn. No. Let's just say I burn out really. I have gaming ADD. Like I think
I do too.
Well, but you finished them.
That's because I was playing with two other people who dragged me through to the end.
Oh, okay.
See, that's the thing. If you know that you're not going to be able to finish a game, one of the things I've started using Twitch for is to make sure I'll finish a game.
Oh my god.
Because I feel guilty if I do not finish the game and viewers pop up and are like, "Hey, what happened to XYZ?" And I'm like, "Oh, we're playing it next." It turns out
I gotta do that. I gotta do that. My God, I'm taking notes. I gotta do that because, man, mine has no. Hello, soft monkey. Moth. Oh my God, it's adorable. Hi, Mothkey. That is adorable. Hello, welcome.
Yeah.
But I have like I got to. Well, I can tell you where I finished the first part, and then I got to the part that's underground, and I just failed. And I feel bad because it has voice acting. Like the other games that are role playing games generally don't have amount of voice acting that Baldur's Gate has. And me and reading, I burn out, man. I'm dyslexic, so reading that stuff, like I tried to play Rogue Trader. I don't know if you're into 40K, but
I'm familiar with it, and I've painted minis.
Oh, there you go. For the greater good. What minis painted?
Honestly,
A lot of Navy guys are cow.
Buy whatever is there that I think looks cool, and then I paint it. I'm not so much into the gameplay as I am painting.
Listen, you're doing the right thing. The game kind of sucks. Don't let anybody gaslight you. The actual fun is painting and then making a little diorama. The game actually sucks. And I've been around since the first edition. And it kind of sucks. There's better games. Do you play like any other mini games? Do you play any board games?
So I play a lot of tabletop RPGs. We're trying to get away from the Dungeons and Dragons system just because I don't like a lot of the changes that they're doing right now.
We're gonna go on a deep dive. What don't you like? Okay, so I played before the Red Book. I kind of moved away. Well, the last group I was in kind of booted me out because if I'm gonna do a power fantasy, okay, this is an anime deep cut. I'm going to be a slime and not a lich. Okay, I want to be a good guy. All right.
Yeah.
So that's just my thing, right? But I have sort of moved away from the power fantasy myself. I run Delta Green, and that's a variation of Call of Cthulhu. I kind of like the horror. I kind of do.
Yeah.
It goes with the monster theme, my personality. What have you played?
Okay, so D&D, Pathfinder, Starfinder. I've played the old Star Wars and the new Star Wars when they redid it back in 2013, 14.
Hold on a minute,
they redid it.
Tiny.
Yeah.
Who produced the?
That was, I think, back in the 80s.
Holy shit! Yes, West End. Oh my god, yes. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
that was just that wasn't a nerd check. That was an age check.
I played the werewolf version of Vampire the Masquerade, but I can't remember what the hell it's called now.
It was Werewolf. It was called Werewolf.
It was called Werewolf. Fantastic. Perfect. It was too simple.
Yeah. White Wolf. I got into the first edition. There's a great documentary. It's called White Wolf. If you want to see how a bunch of guys get together and like creative kind of role-playing guys get together and blow all their money on things. It's a great. I think it's on Netflix. It's great. But I LARPed the first time and I realized I don't like vampires. I want to be a vampire. Vampires daytime. It was a bunch of emo kids playing rock paper scissors. And I'm like, what am I doing?
There's one that ISO ran, and I'm trying to remember the name of it.
Was it From the World of Darkness?
No, it's not From the World of Darkness.
Morkborg! So I have that book. Respect.
Morkborg, there we go. Yeah, Morkborg.
Hypothetically, I may have a bunch of extraneous supplementary info if you'd like some of that. Hypothetically, let me know.
We own a lot of the side content.
Fuck yeah! You're my people. I'm with my people, chat. I'm with my people. Yes. Did you like Morkborg? I like it. I like it a lot.
I do like large portions of it. I will say, my least favorite character is the gutter rat or whatever, because it's just really disgusting.
Yes.
And I hate it.
Yes.
So
yes.
much.
No, I gotcha. I was the one. I think it's a supplemental character, but I was the one that had a wick for a head. I can't remember that. Yeah, it had a wick for a head. I have the hardcover book. It's free, everybody, online. The game, they've released the game. It's free online, Morkborg. And I love the game. It's grim dark. It's great. And did you guys run a campaign or was it a one shot?
So she's run me through a campaign.
Oh wow.
Um, I ended up rolling the Fallen Noble whatever,
Yeah, yeah.
and I got the big fancy sword that has a caretaker that I can insta kill something with just about, but runs the chance of disappearing if I fuck up a roll.
That's still
Um,
lucky. That's still luck. You got a sword. Some people get
I
sticks.
did,
I got a
um,
bag of dirt.
and I played a himbo. I
Ah,
was
okay.
like, "You know what? This is a really dark fantasy, horrifying, background story. I'm going to make it as Ghibli as I possibly can. Just every time something interacts with me, it's never going to go how she plans, and it never does."
I love it. I
So,
God, I love it. I wish I could have been a. I love that shit. I know that's like the goofy thing, like, oh, you're not. Nobody cares about your role playing stories. I do, motherfuckers. I want to hear the stories. I live for
um,
stories.
right now, I'm actively in a campaign every other Thursday, so next Thursday.
Really?
uh,
Wow.
over on Razor Breeze's channel.
Oh,
He's running a D&D campaign,
oh,
and I'm like a little kobold menace,
oh! It's adorable.
essentially.
Could you guys?
Yes.
Could somebody? Could you text me? I'll follow them. I'd love to watch. I have friends who play online too. Like it's on Sunday. I play. Uh, you know, I mean, okay, I'm being like Call of Cthulhu, Lovecraft.
Yeah,
Okay, all right.
yeah.
So,
GB plays a lot of that,
okay,
so I'm
oh,
familiar.
perfect. So, Call of Cthulhu, the old one, is kind of like why we need to fix this because mechanically it's broken, story wise it's broken because you get it like why are a bunch of accountants and antiquarians dying? Why don't they just call the police?
Mhm.
So Delta Green basically says, "Hey, what if the government knew what was going on?" And then it makes more sense because you're basically kind of the Men in Black, but not the Will Smith kind of not quite nice Men in Black. So that's the thing I run, and I love playing it. I love like Lovecraft had so many cosmic. I love it
Yeah,
because
cosmic horror
yeah.
is good.
Well, because I mean, frankly, shiny. I'm crazy. I like folklore, and you know, fear of that nature is like, yeah, I'm there. I'm there. I got it. Got it. I'm
And
there.
it's also really interesting to see how people try to conceptualize something that they have struggled to fathom either because we haven't done enough research about it, we haven't studied it, or it's the first time we've witnessed something like that. Like that's how myths and all these stories
Yes.
come about, and it's just interesting the variances between different cultures and walks of life. We get these different things.
Take that, depression. I didn't hear it, but it's fine. Blurp takes the shit. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And you know what? I have had real life experience, both paranormal and not. So when I got out, I basically went and hiked for a good month in Alaska. I went from Kennecott all the way down to Bay. But when we were hiking, because when I was young, I used to. When we were hiking, I saw a moose. My brain,
Mhm.
you know, I know what a moose is, right?
Right.
My brain could not fathom what that thing was.
Because it's massive,
I
and
know.
you really don't know how big it is
Yes,
until you run into
yes,
one.
yes. And my brain. So imagine this. This is not even quote unquote a supernatural creature. It's like I cannot. My brain is like I'm like I'm shorting out because I cannot figure out what that is. And I'm like, that is basically cosmic horror as you described it right there. Like, how do I
Mm.
put into words this? How do I verbalize this? And finally, the guy next to me goes, "Oh, it's a moose," and I go. Now, change that to like Cthulhu or like I don't know Shoggoth or whatever, Amigo. I
Mhm.
mean, no, your brain ain't gonna wrap your head around that shit. It ain't happening. Have you ever role played anything like that? And frankly, Morkborg can
Um,
come close. Morkborg has some really scary elements.
yeah, so ISO loves being horrifying. She puts horrifying things in all of her campaigns.
Oh, one of my. I hear that.
uh, but
You've been warned,
I've been
Shiny.
in specifically horror specific campaigns, and they were fine and good. Typically, though, I don't. None of it really freaks. I go to sleep listening to horror. Like that. That's
You
what
told
makes
me that.
feel soothed enough to go to sleep. I have to put horror on in the background, and that is how I go to sleep. So it's more of like a very comfy vibe. It's like putting a blanket on and sitting down with a cup of coffee or a cup of tea for me.
I think you scared Gary. I think you scared Gary. Like, what kind of stuff do you fall asleep to? Like, what kind of stuff?
Like, Silent Hill gameplay,
Okay.
NAF series,
Some crazy SCP
really
stuff,
anything.
or like, okay.
SCP is fine. That's great.
Okay.
Especially depending on who's reading it. Like some of them better than others.
Yes, very true.
I used to watch a lot of Markiplier when I was going to sleep.
Okay. Okay.
Good at screaming.
Yes.
He is.
Mm-hmm.
But like Fatal Frame was amazing to go to sleep to for the longest time.
I can't even fathom that. Okay.
I even played through Fatal Frame recently, and the funny thing is, as I was playing it, I was like, "Look,
dozing off.
I go to sleep.
It was a cozy vibe.
Playing horror games, but if I am the one playing the horror game, it's different.
Oh,
because
gosh.
I know when this thing is supposed to happen. I know what trigger is going to make this thing happen. I will still jump reflexively if I am the person playing the video game, because it's very different. It's the difference between watching a movie, because you're not personally involved in it. But if you are playing a video game, you are more personally involved. You're invested in this character. You know there are consequences if the bad thing happens, and you know that a bad thing is going to happen.
Yeah, and you're
So you
right.
jump.
Well, and to your point, a startle response is a startle response, not necessarily fear. I mean, I don't know. I've like gone ghost. I've seen some shit, people, and my startle response is through the roof for obvious reasons. But that doesn't mean I'm like, oh, Scoob, run!
Yeah.
No, but my startle response is, not. I get you. What's the last spooky game you played?
What did I play last Friday?
I mean, was the plague thing? The plague thing was sort of, but you know what I mean.
Fatal Frame. So Plague Tale Innocence gets more creepy as it goes on. Before that, it was Sunless Sea. Sunless Sea has a lot of the H.P. Lovecraft, Cthulhu, sort of an eye in the deep underneath you and a tentacle reaching out, quietly taking one of your crew members, and you hear no scream, no sound, just the ripples on the surface of the water. Like, they describe it all very, very well in the story crafting of that game. Before that, it was Close to the Sun. There are a few chase sequences. That was more of like a build up, but didn't quite deliver on like fear factor. It was tension, and then okay, here's this glitchy, laggy game sequence that you're going to go through. So
That kind of like, that was sort of a down. What is like your maximum like scary thing?
Maximum. So I do have
Like
phobias.
Like the goat. Well, no. I don't mean that. I mean like as far as a game or a movie. For me, like I believe like the thing John Carpenter. You may have a different opinion. You'd be wrong.
There.
But yeah, I mean,
I have a love for Korean horror.
Oh, like what? Like what? Okay. I don't know if I've seen much.
There was one that took place at an asylum. I'm terrible with names, by the way. So like
It's okay.
I will find you links and everything and send them after. But there was one that took place at an asylum, and it was just there was nothing. The movie was nothing the entire time. It was very found footage, and you're like, "Oh, this isn't scary. Oh, yeah, there's hair hanging out of the ceiling. Oh, look, it's a wig. Oh, spooky." And then the last 10 minutes,
Ah. Uh-huh.
you're just going, "What the fuck? What the fuck? What? No. Oh. Oh, no. 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 Don't do that. No." And it's just after and again and again and again, horrible things happening, and the whole movie put you in this relaxed state of nothing's gonna happen. This is such a nothing burger.
Oh,
And then
yeah, please.
yeah, I will find a link to it. It's in our movie watching history, so I'll grab that.
Oh,
There was that one. There's another one where there's a girl who's growing up in a house and there's a phone. And it seems to link to the past. And she talks to this other girl and she finds out, oh hey, this says you died at this time. And then I won't say anything else because if you end up watching the movie, it'll spoil the whole movie.
gotcha.
But it ended up being just really good suspense and like you didn't expect necessarily where the movie was going. So I just there is something about the way they piece the movies together. It's not one of the movies I just recently watched came out uh what was it called? It wasn't the typical American gore,
Gotcha.
lots of blood
Splatterfest. Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's more suspense. It's more a development, and you start to feel tension build up over time, and you start completely relaxed, and by the end, you're going, "Oh, oh no!" And that is my favorite kind of horror.
In general, yeah, it's my favorite, but it's also my favorite kind of movie. Like, if I can sit there and kind of figure out where the movie's going, I mean, okay, like there's movies I can just enjoy, like the Fantastic Four. I can just enjoy it, popcorn movie, great. But like, if I'm gonna really like enjoy a movie, I want that in a movie. Like, if I can figure the damn thing out, and I don't know, I'm as dumb as rock, but I can figure out. Oh yeah, the butler did it. I'm not
Yeah.
I'm not all that interested. So like Memento is like one of my favorite movies. Usual Suspects, one of my favorite movies. Kind of that kind of vibe. Tarantino, I'm not a foot guy, but I love the fact that he plays with like the tropes and your expectations, sort of flips them. Early M. Night Shyamalan, when the twist, but then we began to realize it was,
Yeah.
I guess, stop.
Um,
Stop.
So I have a problem when I watch movies. I can usually guess how the movie's going to end
Yes!
in the first 5 to 10 minutes.
And it's no fun then.
So,
You're like, what?
I'm
Yes.
so much fun to watch a movie with. I just keep my mouth shut. But uh so it's hard for me to sit down and watch most movies because in 5 to 10 minutes I've sort of sussed out, okay, you're gonna die, you're gonna die.
You have
This
to-
isn't
You have to teach me how to keep
whatever.
my mouth shut. I have not. I don't have that skill yet, and then people all get
Snacks.
pissed at me.
You just shove snacks as soon as you start to open your mouth, you just put popcorn in your mouth and amazingly
Done.
you say nothing.
Check. Done. More notes taken. Done.
What was that movie? Bloodlines or something? It ended with Bloodlines. Hi, so you're in chat. What was the movie that we went to the theater to watch? I can't remember what it's called. Final Destination. There we go.
Oh, okay.
So I watched the Final Destination series.
Which one?
And
Which one of the finals?
all of them. I've seen all of them.
Oh, I
I've seen
see.
all of them. Just recently watched the last Final Destination movie. They did a very clever thing with one of their commercials.
The
which,
newest
again,
last
if
one.
you want to watch the movie,
Okay.
I won't mention.
No, go ahead.
But well, because one of the characters looks like they die in the commercial,
Mhm.
but then when you watch the movie, totally didn't happen.
Ah!
So they build you up and then they do a switch on you, and it's like, oh, that was fun. That was a nice surprise. But like Final Destination movies aren't typically my cup of tea.
I would watch
Because
that one, just for that very
It's
reason.
just about gore.
Yeah.
It's about gore and blood and how grotesque can we make these things.
Yeah, people
Um,
go and watch that, and I don't know if you know or not, but like the Final Destination was a failed plot for an X-Files episode. They didn't want it.
yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, and they're like, oh, well, guess
I
we'll
do
make a
know
bunch
that.
of movies. I'm like, oh god, yeah,
And I loved X-Files.
I did too. Well, the first 5 seasons, and it got like okay, kind of jumped the shark.
Before X-Files, I really enjoyed.
Oh,
It was in black and white. I can't remember what it's called.
thought you were going to say Carl Cole.
Twilight Zone.
Oh, Twilight Zone. Do you know
really
who
enjoyed
the
Twilight Zone.
Night Stalker is? Darren McGavin. I have the
No,
hat.
I don't think so.
That's okay. That's all right. It was a guy that Chris Carter. It was a show on ABC. Maybe we could watch that together. I could show you him. I think you would. It's called The Night Stalker. About this reporter in Seattle, and it's played by Darren McGavin. And guess who he looks like? It kind of looks like me. He's kind of got my hat because I cosplayed him for a long time. And he basically says, "Hey, it's this," and nobody believes him. Nobody believes him. He yes, my hat. And it basically, he deals with the baddie, and then they run him out of town because they want to cover it up because that's too frightening. So yes, you guys are invited. We will watch it. Watch The Night Stalker. Yes, and it was a series on NBC, and then they tried to reboot it in the early aughts. I can't remember with who, but I liked all of them. So anyway, how it's going. So I'm in an elevator at Dragon Con, and I'm talking to this young woman, and she asked me who I was supposed to be, and I'm like, okay, this is my elevator pitch because I'm literally in an elevator. I'm like, have you ever seen the X-Files? And she looks at me and she goes, I was watching the Teletubbies with X-Files. And I became an inch small and crawled away to die.
Well, see, the thing is, though, just because she was that young doesn't mean that she couldn't have enjoyed the X-Files, right?
Well, I mean, I assumed from the tonality of her voice, she was not interested.
Yeah, no.
The totality of the circumstances said, go away, old man. I'm not interested. It's not an anime character. Hey, Fern, how you doing? Hello.
Hi, Fern.
But it was a show that I grew up with, along with like the $6 Million Man, that really affected me. And Chris Carter. In fact, Darren McGavin was on the X-Files for a reason. He was called the father of the X-Files. So there you go.
Nice.
Really good. Is there any other shows you like? I mean, I love the X-Files.
So, again, I struggle to make time to watch TV shows. Most of the time when I watch movies, it's because my friends have dragged me successfully to go watch one.
Gotcha.
Much more a video game type of.
Oh, okay.
gal.
Well, wait. Then what's the scariest video game you've ever?
I don't know if I even remember the name of it, and I'm pretty sure it was only scary to me because I was a kid.
Okay. Well, no, but that
But
works.
I think recently, it would be probably being afraid to die to an elder. We've been having a lot of fun with Nevi doing Elden Ring bosses, but
Oh.
Fair-wise, Fatal Frame's probably the most recent one I've played where I've been like, I really don't want to run into this character because they scare me. There's a lady in red who can chase you through hallways because Fatal Frame really loves their chase sequences, and you move at a snail's pace.
Of course, like a nightmare. Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. I have never
And
played.
for-
Is that the woman with the? Is there giant scissors? I don't know what Fatal Frame is at all.
Okay. So Giant Scissors, that sounds like Clock Tower. Clock
Okay.
Tower, different series.
Okay.
Fatal Frame is one that came out originally on the PlayStation 1. No, I think it was PlayStation 2. And it's all about having a camera obscura. It's a special camera that uses special film to capture the images of ghosts. The
Oh.
only way you have to fight back against ghosts so that they don't kill you with their grudge and all the other stuff.
Sounds like my jam. I mean,
Um,
I'm holding the camera right now. This okay.
yeah,
This sounds
I
really
think
cool.
I think you might enjoy it. I will say the older games, uh, if you ever go back and play older games, you know that the controls are not
What are you, when you talk
always
about tank
all
controls,
bad.
the glory of the
Yeah,
tank controls.
tank controls. Very, very bad tank
Fuck
controls.
that
And it
shit.
just like Silent Hill has the set camera angles. So like you're not following over behind the shoulder. You've got set camera angles that you have to get your character through while you're either being chased by ghosts, trying to take pictures of ghosts, you're trying to get the camera up and like
Where you're fighting the
this
game too. You're fight. Not only
you're
are you
fighting
fighting
the
yeah,
game at
yeah.
the same time as so the ones that they re-released and put onto Steam actually, there's two of them. One is the Maiden of Blackwater, I want to say, and Nevi can correct me at any time if she's hanging around. And the other one is the one I played through, which is the Lunar Mask.
Okay.
Both of
Okay.
those I think came out Wii and Wii U.
Oh, really?
So
Okay. So you were able to
I
play them remastered then, or okay?
remastered, and the controls are certainly um they're better
I knew it.
than they
That's a low
were.
bar. That's a very low bar. They're
They're
long
better than
pause.
they were.
Better.
You're still very, very slow. You still have a little bit of fighting you do. You can adjust your settings so that your camera is a little bit more um, movable because otherwise it feels as slow as molasses and you're trying to navigate capturing this ghost on camera as it's coming up to you to like try and kill you.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. To give it the benefit of the doubt, is that like a design feature? Because Nightmare and
it might be
oh,
a design
okay,
feature.
okay.
Um, I guess like
It's not, but we're giving it the benefit of the doubt.
have you played any of the Silent Hill series, or are
Yeah.
you familiar with the Silent Hill
Oh.
series? Okay.
Oh. Yes. Yes. Yeah.
So a complaint I have, and I'm gonna get out my little soapbox and dust it off and
Go
stand on
for
it.
it.
Not that I need to take up any more space. Um,
To make you even taller now.
Silent Hill is a series
Hold on, wait a
that
minute.
the main
I can't make you taller. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Silent Hill is a series that's main focus was on the fact that it was about puzzle solving and it was a survival horror game. And I think as the game continued, Silent Hill 2 sort of changed what the original envisionment of the series was going to be. Because
That.
Pyramid Head was not supposed to be in every game. That was supposed to
Oh.
be a terror for the one character because each version of Silent Hill was supposed to be each character's personal hell, trauma, sins that
Oh.
they have to face and overcome,
An
right?
anthology series. Oh, got you. Okay. Got you.
But that ended up not happening. Silent Hill 2 changed the direction of the series to the point where nurses are going to pop up in almost every Silent Hill. Pyramid Head is going to pop up in almost every Silent Hill. And these are just the things that we know to be true because Pyramid Head was so popular amongst everybody.
That's why. I mean, at a certain point, it's
Yeah. And the original games were much more focused on that survival portion where you are scrounging for ammo. You
yes.
are struggling to survive. And when they did the remake, it became an action game.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. I didn't know
It
that.
it
Oh,
plays like a Resident Evil game. And I say that having a phobia of zombies, but I am aware of how those games played. And Silent Hill came out at the same time as Resident Evil back in the day,
yeah.
and they were different games. They appealed to different players, and there was a reason for that because Resident Evil was more focused on action and Silent Hill was more focused on the storytelling portion.
Yeah. You're
And they've
100% right. Yeah. Yeah.
started to change that. And the new Silent Hill game that's coming out, some of the articles I've been reading on it, they said, well, we don't feel like younger players are interested in that kind of game anymore. So we've made it more action focused. But you're kind of losing, in essence, a little bit of what made Silent Hill Silent Hill.
I mean,
So I'm hoping it's still going to be a really good game. I'm hoping it's still going to.
there was. I mean, there was fighting, but you're 100% right. I mean, what was that one? The Room. Was that the second one where you're trapped in the room or the apartment? Isn't that the
No,
remake of? Or
that was the 4th game, I want to say, because that was, like, apartment
yeah,
whatever, and
yeah.
yeah.
Even that one at 4, you're right, kept that survive because you could fight, but fighting was hard. It was brutal
Fighting was
hard,
hard.
man.
And if you go and watch gameplay of people playing Silent Hill, the remake too, it seems so fighting focused. It
Oh,
seems so focused on the puzzles. They're the same puzzles from the old game, but so much of the game now is just fighting.
yeah, just running around fighting. Got you. I loved it because I mean, at the time you didn't know, right? I mean, at the time, like the fog was so revolutionary, and you realize well, it's because they didn't have the computing power, so they made the fog.
They didn't
I,
have the computing power, but because of
it was
how it was implemented,
yes, yes,
it was very well done.
yes. I've always felt that like sort of constraint creativity. You know,
It does.
constraint. Yeah, and it was masterful. And I have seen bits and pieces of the new one, and I was kind of like, man, I'm so sorry, everybody. I was also kind of lust. Glad it's not me. I'm glad you've basically able to tell me that because I've talked to people, and they're oh, it's fantastic, and I looked at it, I'm like,
And again, it is fantastic for the people who like action. It
yeah,
is fantastic for the people who just want another Resident Evil. Okay, you can get that. That is now Silent Hill 2. Silent Hill 2 just feels like another Resident Evil game, but the things that you're killing aren't zombies. They're instead meat puppets. And yay.
yeah. No, I got you. I feel kind of silly then for saying like my favorite scariest or an action game is Dead Space, like the first one.
But they did a good
Yeah,
thing with that. Like, it's not bad for an action game to be horror, right?
hmm
It is still good. You can still have those fear factors. You can still it's all about how you go about doing it. And I feel like some of the fear was reduced from Silent Hill in the way they decided to implement the action. In Dead Space, you're still very much outclassed by the
Oh,
monsters.
so true. The first, I think the first one and the second one even more so. I know I'm very sad that they won't remaster. They're not going to remaster the second one. The third one was trash. But do you know they made? I bet you do. They made anime like movies with it. I loved
Mhm.
the lore. I loved everything about. I love everything about it. I thought it was great, and it was like, I hope this goes more places.
And with Dead Space as well, they did an interesting thing with their multiplayer one, where I can't remember if this was in 1 or 2.
It was
Player 1 it was 3. Okay, that's unfortunate, but it was still an interesting thing they implemented, you know what I'm talking about, where player 2 would see things that player 1 is not seeing.
yes, yes.
So
They
they
need to
would
bring
relay,
that back.
"I'm seeing presents on the ground, I'm seeing a doll," and the other person, "What the hell are you talking about?" And they didn't advertise this, they didn't talk about it. And that is a cool gameplay mechanic. That is an interesting experience to bring into a horror game where you might already be questioning what you're seeing, and
Yeah,
I hope they implement
me too.
it.
They could do that with so many games. Shiny. They could do it even with like 7 days. I mean, if you're a zombie, become a zombie. Well, then
I don't
you don't.
yeah.
But I no, I get it. I get your zombie thing. But like anything like that, where when you change, you automatically feel like, oh, everybody else has changed, or a certain person has changed, and it's not me. They could do that paranoia thing so well, and I've never seen them redo it. Yeah, you're right.
Yep.
You have brought up the sort of one redeeming quality of 3 because in my mind 3 was like, well, everybody's doing these co-op games. Let's just sort of shoot this co-op mechanic in Dead Space. But that part that I had long ago forgotten needs to be put back. Not put back. What is that game where somebody plays the monster and then everybody else runs away? You could so easily put like an element of paranoia into that because everybody's seeing their own. You know, you don't know what the hell.
Yeah.
It would be amazing. Yeah, they don't.
And like there are other horror games I played. I haven't played many like multiplayer ones. When Yuki was streaming, I think it was for one of their subathons. They ended up picking up the ghost game, whatever, the ghost one,
Oh,
where you have to identify the
Phasmophobia.
ghost and Phasmophobia. There we
Yeah.
go. And I played that, and that was terrifying to me because I'm like, I can't figure out any of this equipment, and that was terrifying. So I didn't want to leave the truck, and I will probably never leave the truck if I ever play that game again.
That's okay. You can man the sanity. You can man the sanity. What pisses me off about the game is it cheats, and what I mean is, like, I cannot properly do deductive reasoning without the equipment provided. And you're basically saying you don't get to own this equipment unless you guess correctly, which is a fucking guess. Unless you guess correctly. Fuck you. Give me my equipment and I'll guess correctly. Give me. Oh, you can't do. Oh, I'm sorry. You can't afford that to determine that if they have. Fuck you. Fuck you. I don't. Yeah, I don't. I don't like that one. Like I don't like any kind of deduction game that prevents me from deducing. As if I can like you're putting like a paywall in front of me, and I should be able to figure this out on my own. Not love.
I think in part they're trying to encourage you to play with people who might have the equipment.
Yes, or to play more. I get it. Oh, invest more time. All right, fine. Have you played the Demonologist one? Because if Phasmophobia you didn't like, the Demonologist one is like it's jump scare central, and it's like, oh Jesus.
I've watched my friends play it, and I still don't understand what half of those devices do. So,
as a person who's gone ghost hunting in real life and hunted like cryptids and UFOs and all those things, you know what happens? Generally, you sit in some house that's too hot and the lights are off and nothing happens. Occasionally, maybe you'll get a hit on something, but more often than not, boredom. So to have all this and obviously boredom doesn't make a great video game, but I mean, no. I love how it's just so removed from like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, it's just like media. If we actually did like doctor shows the way doctoring actually plays out, nobody would watch the TV show because it's a long drawn out process, and 90% of the time they're just sitting there on insurance phone calls going, I need you to cover my patient, please.
Shiny, that's Law too. Nobody be watching Law and Order because it's all let's make a deal in the back. Let's kind of. Oh, you're gonna plead out? Okay, it's a whole day of pleading out. What, I gotta go to trial? That's gonna fuck up my whole. Oh my god, my month's fucked up. It's true. It's true. 100% true. What was that? Do you remember that show Jag on CBS? I've never seen a Jag, a judge advocate general, a lawyer in the military. I've never seen them do so much action.
Yeah,
there's gunfire involved. I'm like, what's going on? Normally, you just sit behind a desk and write some motions. Maybe make a few arguments.
Definitely not the person probably doing investigation.
No,
as far as I understand, that's like
you can't. You can't do it because you can't be your own witness. How do you do that? I'm gonna call myself to the stand because trust me, bro. No. Yes, that's right. You have to distinguish it from the other 100 law procedurals. That's so true. That's so true. Hey, man, I grew up with my grandparents and my parents watching Perry Mason. And I loved it so much because the bad guy, quote unquote, would always confess on the stand. I'm like, my adult life, my entire adult life, I've been waiting for that to happen. It never happened. All right, never. You got me. It was me. I'm the one who did it. I'm like, what the fuck?
You can't handle the truth.
Yeah, you can't handle it. Well, okay. Oh God. Oh God. that movie is something to laugh about. I don't know if I know. I did it. I'll do it again. If you watch that, just legally, it is fucking hysterical. It's fucking hysterical. Oh, look out! These Marines are a different breed. Oh, wait a minute. You can't ask this general these questions. Well, he's a witness. Why can't I?
Yeah. We can.
Oh no, you can't.
We're definitely
No.
gonna be asking.
Yeah, time out. Yeah.
Let's just look at the UCMJ. Where does it say? Oh, weirdly, it does not say generals are exempt.
Yeah. You're besmirching this man's credit. Yeah, he's on the stand. This is my fucking job. What the fuck? That's fucking insane. Yes, so it doesn't make any sense. But that is the difference. We talked about that before we started. That's the difference between like media versus real life. Sadly, I mean, I don't know. I'm waiting for real life to get boring again.
I am so ready to not live in interesting times.
No shit, Shiny. Oh my god. Oh my god, yes. Oh my god. Oh my god. So, speaking of interesting, I mean, what do you see yourself doing like in the future? Like, do you have any things going on? Like you said you had a game coming up, but you kind of don't want to spill the beans on it. When's your anniversary, first of all, before we even get into that?
October.
Really?
October 23rd.
Oh my god! Mine's Halloween. I counted on Halloween.
Nice.
Yeah. Are you doing anything for your anniversary coming up?
It is. I'm terrible about planning things. Doing big celebrations are kind of hard for me to pull off right now. I'm trying to see if I can even clearing up my schedule a little bit so that I have like more time to do things, because right now I've been in a lot of different collabs. I'm running around endlessly trying to get some things taken care of. So like I haven't had a lot of time, and I actually missed a couple of streams the last couple months that I didn't want to miss, but I didn't have time to do. So my fingers are crossed. It just
No, I get
I
that.
have time to do something.
100%. I hope you do. If all things being equal, if you could, what would you like to do?
Probably just play video.
No, that's cool. That's cool. Would it be like a horror thing, or would it be like like, I don't know. There's not really a horror game, which is, I find very strange. Like,
so there are games that could be considered horror that do involve the Fae.
Which one?
They are out there. Most of them are indie games.
It seems like an untapped market, but yeah, we'd rather see the. I mean, okay, I'll first and last time I'll say it, but I'm so tired of the fucking Walking Dead. I'm so fucking tired. Like, bring me some Fae. Bring me some Fae. Come on, you got all of Folklore, Untapped. Fuck.
So some of the games, one that I haven't played on stream, but I have just played, Excavation of Hobbs Barrow.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
A little bit.
Really?
Oh, it's a point and click adventure game.
Okay.
Bramble the King, Mountain King.
Oh God! Please. Okay, wait. Could you DM me these? ISO, could you DM me these? Please.
I'll make sure that I get you some notes and everything.
Yeah.
Even though this is silly, but Home Safety Hotline, technically, not specifically Fae, but it does like mention gremlins.
It
and
does.
Like that, so.
I noticed that. I have that. I wanted to crack that out. It's coming. Yes. Have you played? Are you gonna play?
I thought about playing it, but it's a lot of reading, and I've been losing my voice so much from the amount of talking and everything I've been doing. Like when I was playing Sunless Seas, I lost my voice for 2 days.
I can't. So yeah, that's probably one of the reasons why I haven't played it, because Yeah, because guys, chat, I hear you. So if I don't respond, I hear you. It's a workaround for me. Written word, bad. But yeah, I had so much respect for you for doing the Sunless Sea because I could not stream. There's no voice acting. It's all you. So yeah, yeah. Did you manage to finish it?
Oh, I'm still playing. So the thing about
okay.
Sunless Sea is because it's a roguelike, you can play it endlessly. You can play it endlessly.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you just okay. So there is some meta progression, or is it a straight road?
There is. Like
okay.
you can do things like if you start a family, if you die, then your kid gets your inheritance and then your sea captain starts from there. So you're not starting with a completely empty everything. You've still got your old ship and some other things that you could sell for money.
Gotcha.
But if
go ahead.
you don't build up to those things, when you restart, you've lost basically everything.
Everything. I hear that that's like a whole interconnected universe. I hear that.
It is. There is a website called Fallen London, and this is all done by Fail Better Games. So Fallen London was their first game, and it's all web browser based. It's free to play. You can pay a fee if you want to get access to some specialized stories, but it is a free game to play.
Nice.
Okay. And it's a lot of reading. And Fallen London is where you return to in Sunless Seas. You return to Fallen London. That's where you're heading back to. That's where your main base is in that game. So it's connected to that, and I think you can actually have your Fallen London character maybe because you can link your account to Fail Better Games. You can say, "Hey, this is my Fail Better Game website game account, and here's my sea captain." And sometimes like stuff will happen differently if you have those linked.
I can actually,
and then in addition.
No, I'm sorry. I can actually. This is just me thinking out loud. I could actually play that because I don't know if I'd play it online, but I mean, I could play that because of my web browser. So I could actually enjoy that. Thank you. I didn't know that. Thank you so much. So it's called Fallen London. Thank you. Okay.
Fallen London, and I'll send you a link to that as well. But then they have a third game that came up that's Sunless Skies. Sunless Skies is a locomotive that runs through space.
Okay.
And it's very similar storytelling and everything to Sunless Sea, except you're in space and you're in a locomotive.
Wow. Okay.
They also made a dating game. And I can't remember the dating game's name.
Hey, man.
That one might be voice acted.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
I will.
I mean, human's gonna be human, right? I mean, whatever. I mean, all right. I mean, you know, we must carry on. Yeah. I get it. Like, even, you know, whatever. I get it. I would actually play that dating game.
So yeah,
the sky's gone. We're in the pit of hell. How you doing tonight, baby?
Yeah, Mask of the Rose is a romance game where you're also trying to solve a crime or a mystery of some sort.
Oh, god damn, that's cool. So I have never played a dating game. Fun fact, I've never played a dating game. I played something called Our Life, Beginnings and Always, which I really liked. Protagonist. And then the next game I played on Nivi, Date Everything. And so this one, can you get that one on Steam? Or is
yeah, you can get it on Steam. Another place to look for games would be GOG. A lot of people will publish their games on both, and this is just a personal preference, but if you don't want to like have to have internet connectivity or anything, GOG is probably better for you in the long run.
No, I like GOG. Friend Adam, I phone of GOG because you actually own.
Yeah, you actually own your game. You can install it the same way you used to install it, sans the CD.
Yes.
It's just you have the files, you hit install, and you don't have to have all the other shit.
God forbid, you guys, if Steam decided someday to go, yeah, we're not going to be, yeah. Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck.
I think I've got like 400 games in my library that would just poof.
Yeah, yeah. Goodbye. Like, oh.
So I try to buy games on GOG when I can, and the fact that they restore old games.
Yeah, truth. Don't put it out there into neither. That's truth. But yeah, but that's one of the reasons why I do like GOG, and it's called 2,000 games. Respect. What the dating game is Rose?
Mask of the Rose. I sent it to you.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I would play that. I would absolutely. Very cool. What is what? So then, I guess okay. So anniversary. I know you're busy. Do you want to like? You hope to do this like? We all know here. I guess we all know that money on Twitch is de minimis and it's becoming even more. Unless you're one of the massive whales. But that being said, are you hoping to like do this like full time or something like a hobby or fun or?
I hope to continue to treat it as a hobby. I have a very loving wife, and she supports me because I'm currently unable to do the normal kind of work that a lot of people do. So she helps me sort of pursue art and VTubing. Um,
Tiny.
and yeah,
I respect that. I make no bones about it. Bones. That this is my art therapy. This is what I need. This no, it's art therapy in the truest sense for me. Art therapy. It's not just coloring. This is art therapy. This is art therapy. Absolutely. So yeah, much respect and love to both of you. Yes, I think that's it. And you know what? I'm not shitting on anybody who, if you can make it, God bless. I wish you all the love and support in the world. Can do it. Go for it.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not taking anything away. For me, I'm tired. I got a pension. I got a pension. I got a house. I'm fortunate to be kind of down the road more than everyone else. I've got some background stuff that helped me survive. So this really is art therapy. Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't ever want this to become not fun for me, because then I don't think the people who watch will have fun.
Yes.
So I think that's important to me as well.
Yes. I have never looked at people talk about SEO and algorithm and I like in the beginning to watch like these YouTube experts, and it turns out that a few of them are in prison now for cocaine. But they would like, all right, I'll tell you how to be a success. And I'm like, no, I don't think you will, sir. I think my success, my sort of rubric is perhaps different than yours. Being success for me is to be happy and having fun. Yeah, and if it becomes stressful, I don't want to. Yes, 100%. Mm-hmm. I frankly don't know. Like for me, at the very least, like because I hear chat, I can't even imagine what it like, because I've been like being rated by Nivi, hi, or being rated by Relic or some other good friends I know with so bigger than me. And well, yeah, I got a big rock. I am successful, but to have chat go that fast, and it's just a cacophony of sound in my head, and I'm like, oh, this is no. So in a way, and I know I could slow it down. I have to figure out how to do that, but I'm like, I don't even envision myself having the possibility of. I think it'd be no fun. It absolutely would be fun for me. So I am just fine. Do you see yourself as like, getting into the thousands or,
I would be hard pressed to believe I could get there.
I've seen you stream. You absolutely could get there. There's not even, I'm not blowing smoke. Yes, absolutely. Question about it. I'm very fortunate you decided to take the time to come here and see me.
Oh, you're being very sweet. I don't see myself getting big, I guess. I think if I continue on the way I am, which is how I am currently happy going about business and everything. I get to spend time with friends. I get to actually pay attention to the community that has formed. I know people who pop in. I'm like, oh, hey, are you still working on art? Are you doing this and that? So it's hard to think about ever getting bigger than where I'm currently at. And my
You are going to get
my
no. There's no question about you are getting big. You are going to get big.
okay, so
You're
you see
going
that,
to get bigger.
but like I've watched my wife explode so quickly. I was like, wow, that was she started last year. So big. And her chat is just constantly like speeding through. When I am moderating in her streams, I am just reading chat and mostly ignoring what she says, unfortunately, because I'm like, I'm going to miss something if I don't pay attention to chat. And then I might, something might get through that shouldn't be in her chat.
Gotcha.
Um,
Gotcha.
so I can't imagine having
It,
that kind of success.
it's about finding, and somebody told me this, about finding, and it's hard because there's so much static out there, but I think we've actually hit the phase of the great die off in for things like nature, like I see patterns in everything. All right, like you talk about the Precambrian explosion of life. Okay, so we had that, and now the die off is commencing, and now we're going to have sort of like a certain amount of stability. It's all about sort of finding your niche, and you certainly you're absolutely. I have no doubt. So just remember me when you get. You will find it. It goes at its own pace. It really does, because I started as a fried egg, and I was bouncing up and down like, hey, wow, look, I'm wow, this somebody, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh wow, two people. It just sort of happens, just kind of bounce. For me, getting over 500, most like that was thought that was like, God, how? And so it's the same thing. You go, wow, seeing like 1,000 or 1,000 or 3,000. I look at Nivi, and I look at other people, and I go, that's impossible. But then like I go into you're damn amazing. So it's just about getting information out there, and I think that's. I mean, to get on my soapbox, I think that's the biggest problem Twitch has right now. Rather than deciding who's a bot and who's a fucking lurker and all the other bullshit, is to, and maybe they do a good job. I think they could do a lot better job of promoting people, but I think it's about that. Because the only way I found you, and it's almost like word of mouth, is through Nivi, and and
Mhm.
and I'm grateful for that. But there should be a way to do it another way, because and again,
I
not blowing
appreciate.
smoke. Very talented.
I
Isopod too.
think
Very talented. Nivi, I found by fucking accident. Nivi.
you would.
Wait, no, wait, no. I think I found Nivi by following Apollo and jiving with Apollo. Then I found Nivi. Yeah, Nivi's amazing. Nivi has helped me in more ways than you can imagine. Nivi's amazing. So yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, it's almost like, I don't know. I mean, you get it? It's kind of like word of mouth via the internet. I
And like there's ways to definitely drum yourself up. Like you can do a lot of self-advertising, you can do a lot of self-promotion. You can run yourself thin by like constantly interacting with other streamers and everything, but I don't
then it becomes no fun, does it?
I feel like it can become a shallow interaction. And I guess I really love spending time with Nevi. I really love spending time on the channels that I go to that I collaborate with.
Mm-hmm.
Those are people I'm fond of. Like, I'm fond of you. That's why I'm here.
Oh, you're too
Um,
kind. Oh my God, I'm blessed. You can't tell.
but
Thank
like,
God. Another reason why I'm a VTuber, because you can't see old man blush. You're too kind.
there's a toggle for that. We can
No,
make you a
no,
toggle.
I know, no toggle.
But
Here's this one.
uh,
My soul has left my body. Thank you.
but it can be hard interacting with like VTubers as a whole with a focus only on growth. If you think only about growth,
Hmm.
then your interactions with people start to become shallow.
Yes.
And you don't know them as well as you maybe should before you start promoting their content and everything. Like before I start saying, "Hey, this person is a person I think you should watch." I want to know what kind of stuff they're putting out there because if I'm going to say support this person, it means I should be willing to support that person.
Yeah. You're 100% right. We're of the same mind, because otherwise it becomes just just business, right? Cinder,
And
Cinder, anybody? Cinder?
yeah. So and it can be harder as you grow to, I imagine, in the space to have those interactions and know whether or not a person is being like truly they are interested in collaborating with you as an individual or whether or not they're just there because they're trying to hit a checkbox, right?
Yes. Yes. A sort of a
Um,
transactional.
which I think one of the amazing things about being an indie VTuber is you can make sure that you're trying to go and interact with people and it doesn't have to be like that. But if you're part of like the big conglomerate VTuber groups,
Yes.
then you don't really have a choice. It is business. You are going to be interacting with, and you might gain friendships and everything out of that, but business comes first.
Yeah. Then, but then that's a whole other kind of creepy, like that becomes part of that idol culture where they're like selling you. It's
Yeah.
rough. It's creepy. It is business. You're right. That is. It's just kind of.
And it's okay because there are people out there who enjoy that content. And I think if there are people who enjoy that, let them enjoy that. Let
Yeah.
them, if there are people who can make that money, who can draw in those crowds, absolutely do it. But we also should probably be taking care of the people who are behind the VTubers. We should be looking after their, like, if you're going to be part of a conglomerate, that conglomerate should also be looking after you, not just using you for your face and then tossing you when you start having, say, mental health crises or physical health issues. And then they're like, well, we've used you up, so out
Uh,
you go.
this is my particular accent.
Mhm.
I'm already. I'm already on. I'm already on probably Jeff Bezos's watch list. So so no, I don't. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of any of that bullshit, because you're right. You become a fucking asset, and then they chew you up and spit you out like like fucking K-pop star or all those other people,
Mhm.
or like
And
even in this.
K-pop stars
Mhm, go ahead.
have like really short times to
Yes.
take care of themselves. They don't have the amount of time that they should have to look after themselves,
Well, even
except for certain ones. And like their schedules are insane.
right, and even I think, because this is way after my time. In Sync, that one guy was having heart surgery, and they pulled him to say, "Hey, man, you got to get back on tour." And I'm like, "Yeah, man, you become an asset. You just become an asset." Now, I won't get into people seeing stars and then signing a contract with a. But I mean, if you're lucky, you can make something out of it, and you have sort of ready-made. That's not for me. I've done So I've done working, Shiny.
Yes. But it is nice that it is an option for
Yes.
some people. And for the ones who find the companies that are more ethical than some of the other companies,
Are those? Wait a
I'm
minute.
really happy.
Didn't one of those just blow up? Isn't that
Shoujo,
good
yeah, it
company
did- it
just
did
blow up?
It did. And that's because of poor
'Cause they weren't
financial
good.
decisions.
Yes.
Yeah. Um,
Because of
if you start borrowing against yourself and you keep doing it and you're like, "Oh, it's okay. I'll make this money back the next time." Then you're just gambling. And that's not good way to keep your business afloat if that's how you're trying to keep it afloat.
again, you're being very generous. I'm saying don't. I mean, coke and horse, and not even paying taxes. Eventually, he's gonna bite you in the ass. You sons of bitches, don't do shit like that. Called crime. But yes, you're right. Yes, and also on another point, and I think you said the same thing. It's like at a certain point when you do all the other stuff, you're taking away from stuff you want to do. Saying, yeah, like you said, you just want to collab and have fun, and when you start doing all that other stuff, not side of it, and that's required to a certain extent of anything.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think even if you are doing a hobby for fun, there are still going to be work elements to it, like me making sure that I post on I forgot to post on Blue Sky.
That's
I try
okay.
to
I don't.
remember to post on Blue Sky because that's important for like that's how I try to do my advertising, and that's the work portion of YouTubing for me.
I love you, ISO. I'm stealing ISO away from
I mean, you can try. You could try. She keeps calling me a yonder, so it might be bad for your health. But I mean, I believe in you.
It's my bread and butter. Never mind. Let's move on. I just added one here. Hold on. Wait a minute. I just added one. Hold on. Where is it? It's wholesome, you people. It's wholesome. Stop it. Get your minds out of the gutter. It's wholesome. Okay. So I gotta ask because I'm gonna forget because I'm having a good time. Have you ever seen anything paranormal?
I don't know that I would say that I've necessarily experienced anything paranormal. Like I've had creepy experiences, but most of those have been unfortunately chalked up to mankind.
No, I fear them the worst, frankly. I do. Okay, go on. Nothing, not even like. I mean, I will take deja vu. I mean,
Oh, I mean, deja vu constantly. But
okay, interesting. Synchronicity? Any synchronicity?
No,
Really?
not really.
Okay.
Let's see. There was probably one instance, and I think it was just because it was a poorly made house and her nephew was an asshole. But I was helping my friend babysit her nephew, and she kept telling me this house is haunted. She pulled the line, Satanists used to do rituals here, and I was like, okay.
Oh God, yeah. At that point, you're like, yeah.
But she would talk about seeing a face in the darkness on the lower floor. And the lower floor was admittedly very creepy at night, but that's because of how the house was built with the windows. Like there was no point in the like when you were on the ground floor that you couldn't see a window. And they were very reflective.
Okay.
So it was just a creepy way to build a ground floor. And they didn't have good curtains.
Okay.
So she ran upstairs one night and was like, he's here again. He's here again. And I walked downstairs. I was like, there is nobody here. She's like, the hand's on your shoulder. And I looked on my shoulder and there was a spider there, and I like moved the spider off, and I looked around. I was like, there's literally nobody down here. And then the door slammed
Ah!
upstairs.
Interesting. Okay.
And her nephew at the time was a year old, so wasn't really like crawling around on his own. He was in his crib, and the door to the room he was sitting in slammed shut. And all of the windows had been closed in the house. It wasn't particularly drafty. It wasn't like a windy night outside or anything. And we went upstairs, and I tried to open the door, and the door was locked.
Interesting. Okay.
I was like, okay, that's a little weird. But it's entirely possible because her parents tend to lock the door a lot that maybe they just left the thing left and locked and then the door shut for whatever reason, and that's why it's locked. So jimmied the lock open, got inside the room, grabbed the kid.
You really literally had to jimmy the lock open. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I used an old credit card and I got it open.
Ah,
And,
respect! Where'd you learn how to do that? I won't ask.
Latchkey kid.
Oh, nice. Yes, I get it.
Yeah. So, managed to get her nephew out, and like at that point, the vibes were weird. Whether or not because it was she was really freaked out, but like not being able to get to a 1-year-old for like a solid 15 minutes. That's unnerving in general because anything could happen.
Have you ever heard of the term tulpa?
Yes.
So I mean, it sounds like because there was an experiment in Wisconsin back in the day when they did experiments like this, where they actually created their own quote unquote ghosts, and it was doing things in the lab. And so the old Buddhist term for thought form, I think, has some credibility. So when you say that people kind of scare themselves, you're not, in my mind, at times, you're not exactly being figurative. You may be being quite literal. So,
right. And
yeah, she may have done it to herself.
Yeah. Things about like poltergeists and everything too. That a poltergeist isn't necessarily a ghost. It could just be you've put so much weird energy out that now weird things are happening. And again, I'm pretty agnostic to most of it, because I have enough of a time dealing with humans that I don't need to think about the supernatural.
No, I get you. I understand.
But
so that being the case, what brought you into the realm of like folklore, into the fae? When you're done, I'm very curious.
Yeah. But anyways, got the kid out.
Kid was fine, I assume. Kid was fine.
Yeah, totally fine. Had an evil little grin on his face. Hate that kid. He got
Did you say I hate that kid?
Yeah. And I'll say it again.
Could have been the
kid.
He was
a little shit. He was such a little shit growing up. Anyways, so he got picked up by his mom.
What was his name? Damien? Oh, okay. No, carry on.
So he got picked up by his mom, and then I went to Olive Garden with my friend. I got food poisoning that very same night. It almost killed me. For a week, I had to stay in that house next to the room that had locked itself.
Oh, gee. Oh, my.
And my friend the entire time was like, you got cursed. You got cursed. Because you opened the door, you got cursed. So I was like, excuse me, am vomiting into this
I have no time
here.
for this.
I do not have time for your curse talk.
I mean, I don't know, frankly. Food poisoning has a very human, done fucked up.
Yeah.
Hey, you don't need a ghost. You don't need a ghost for food poisoning. You need an idiot in the kitchen.
Yes. So that all happened, and I think that's probably the closest to a paranormal experience, I guess you could say. My friend would have called it a paranormal experience, and that's why I'm saying it.
I
would say it was a series of unfortunate events.
Okay, my take, and I know people use the words interchange, but I have a problem with the word supernatural because we're not exactly sure how nature is being very limited. So paranormal is anything outside the norm. So that would count for me because the door closing and locking on its own is definitely, and that happened before. That wouldn't happen on its own. So yeah, no, I count that. So boom, yes, thank you. That was very cool. That was very.
And then like I also lived for a while up in the mountains away from civilization. So you see a lot of weird shit
I
when
want to
you're
hear.
living out in the middle of nowhere.
Yes, I want. What? Wait. Whoa. When I was a prosecutor, I was out in the middle of nowhere in a house right on the edge of town. I saw a lot of. Any weird like what kind of weird shit? Wait a minute. There's stuff to do. Well, like, go on.
Like a dude standing out at the distance, probably a good 30, 40 yards away, just staring me down. And at night. And there was nowhere else around. Like I know our neighbors, they were like, you could throw a rock and not hit them. Wasn't the size of any of our neighbors. From what details I could make out, he didn't look like anybody I knew who was in the local area. I was like, well, I'm just gonna shut this door and lock it
Homeless
and
dude.
maybe push some shit in front of it.
Homeless dude in the woods.
Yeah.
That's more terrifying than any Bigfoot or alien or whatever. Homeless dude in the woods. Yeah.
Yeah. And like there were a lot of old ruined barns and things where I was living at the time.
Sounds like my like my dream. That's like my dream vacation.
and some of them had their roofs collapsed in, so you'd see like eyes from the darkness inside, and sometimes it was a mountain lion, sometimes it would just be a rabbit. You didn't know unless you were willing to go investigate. So it was just, it could get creepy.
Gotcha.
Where you hear no electricity going, you're by yourself. The only way you can see is by moonlight, and your stupid little mag light that you keep on you.
Gotcha. I gotcha. Were you there by yourself or?
No, that was when I was still living with my parents, and like they would sleep through everything. The world could end, and they'd be dead asleep. I ended up. My cat was getting eaten by a bear.
Oh my God!
Get out of the camper. I started hitting the bear with sticks and things, got my cat back.
Thank God.
They slept through the whole damn thing, went back in the camper, wiped down my cat because bear spit is stinky, and went to sleep.
Oh. Like, the cat was okay. The cat was okay.
Yeah, the cat was putting up a fight. The bear had just kind of like tried to stick its mouth over it, and that did not go well with the cat.
I bet. Good for the cat. Wow. Okay. Your parents reminded me of like, what's his name from Courage the Cowardly Dog? He's just always sleeping. There's a UFO over your head.
Oh yeah, Muriel and Eustace.
Yeah, Eustace. Yeah. Like, hey, there's a black triangle over your head. Yeah, Eustace. Fuck that guy. I love that show so much. Fuck that guy. But that is very human, or nature creepy. Bear. I mean. Bear to the exception. Bears are, they're kind of goofy.
They're goofy. They are goofy. The amount of times I would open a door and there would be a bear sitting there, and I'd look at the bear, and the bear would look at me, and the bear would go, "Oh fuck," and then run off.
Yep. Yeah. The human actually gives me the most pause, and you never saw that same dude any other time. He's just
no.
The woods are. I mean, I don't have to tell you. Woods are full of like I've been on the AT. The woods are full of like creepy.
Yeah, and this was up in the mountains too. So like, there's a lot of hills and things that you can lose somebody behind. But
hell yeah, I'm gonna go live up there. I'm going off the grid. Like, okay, there.
Yeah.
Then I'm looking for something pretty. I'm like, oh God. Oh God.
I know he saw me see him.
Good. Okay.
And he didn't come back, but I hope never again.
Did you ever see Nope? You ever see Nope?
Yes.
When they make the eye contact, what'd you think of Nope? That is completely unrelated.
I thought it was a good movie.
I did
I
too.
enjoyed it.
I didn't expect it. I liked it. I didn't expect it. Yes, I didn't expect it. So nothing as far as anything. This is how my brain. So nothing as far as anything like other than creepy dude animals and stuff out there in the.
No. Like nothing. Like I could explain to you fairy circles and how mushrooms tend to grow in circles, and that's just kind of a normal natural phenomenon. We have a ton of them in our yard right now.
Sure, but as an Irishman, I'm still not stepping in it. I agree. I know all that science. Still not stepping in it.
But most everything I've seen has been very explainable if you just take 5-10 minutes. We lived in an old house that caused some people hallucinations because they were more sensitive to electro signals.
Oh,
And there were bare
electromagnetic.
copper. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there were bare copper wires open. As soon as
Oh my
that issue
God!
was fixed,
The oldest house. Yes, the oldest
they
house.
no longer had issues.
Oh, there you go.
So,
Yes. EMP
you know,
does. It makes people. It has an effect on the brain. Go figure. Yes. Yes.
yeah. So
Oh, I know.
everything-
I know, Stasis.
and I grew up watching like Ghost Hunters and Ghost Hunters
Me too!
International.
Yes.
And that was back when they would take the time to disprove
Yes.
things instead of just immediately going, "Oh my, ghost."
Yeah. It's a demon.
so-
Run.
My first inclination, if I do not feel like this is something that's going to be dangerous to me, is to investigate it.
Yes. Me too. Yes.
But if I hear a voice outside and it's nighttime, no, I'm not opening the door to investigate that. Fuck that. I'll deal with that in the morning.
Very, very good.
Not
You were the brightest one of both. I'm a sucker for shit like that. I'm that guy who goes out going, "Who's there? Hi, what's going? Ah!" And it's me. Do you want to hear a real scary story? You'll appreciate this.
sure.
All right. So back when I was prosecuted, we were going up against this guy who, all things Amish, right? Amish are the greatest people to do drug deals with and stuff because it's all cash. People would go, "What are you talking about?" No, it's all cash operation. Right. Money laundering to the T, right? So I'm in a little house on the edge of town. I have got a cat. And this is how stupid I am. I have many stupid stories. This is one of the stupidest. So there's a red, like a cat, the laser light. There's a cat laser light on my curtain. And I'm like, why is there a cat laser light on my curtain? Not my laser light. Wait a minute, where's my laser light? And I have my laser light in my hand. And I walk up to the window, Shiny. And then it moves from the curtain to my chest. and then it starts moving around on my chest. And then finally, my frontal lobe kicks in. And I go, I should get down now. And then afterward, the police were called and they scoured the area. And it's like, yeah, the guy must have been right here along the edge of the fence line.
Oh my. That's not good.
That's the story of my life. God protects fools and babies. Yes. I will never forget that story.
I hope that was the only instance that ever happened.
Well, it's funny you say that, Shiny. Because,
No.
it's funny you say that because my old guests will know. But would you mind if I told you the tale of the sandwich? It's a classic Dan story. I will tell you the tale of the sandwich. And then we'll talk about the, because I keep trying to get back to it, the folklore. But I will tell you very quickly about the tale of the sandwich. So when I was doing private practice, I was working for a shelter, a domestic violence shelter. And this woman was getting away from her husband, who was a deputy down south. This was in Ohio. And I hit him with a civil protection order because he threatened her life. And I subsequently got her divorced. Now, if you don't know, a civil protection order means you can't have a gun. So that's somewhat difficult for a deputy to be employed if you can't have a gun. So after everything was said and done, remember, mad deputy. So I don't know, about 6-7 months after got the woman's divorce. So this very young woman came to my door, and I'm an ace, but I'm not blind, right? And she smelled nice. She had a tray of sandwiches, and they were chopped like finger sandwiches. They were very nice. And she's like, "Hi, sir, we have a restaurant in the area, and we're giving away sandwiches. Would you like a free sample?" And I go, "Really?" And I look around. I go, "For me, for the office?" "Oh yeah, it's for the office. Here you go." And I take the lid off, which glass, and I have some sandwiches. And I go, "Well, thank you so much. Is there anything else I can do?" And she goes, "Oh no." And she gives me the very pretty smile. It's young women do who smell nice. And she walks off. And my partner at the time goes up to me and he goes, "Dan, what the fuck are you doing?" And I said, "Well, this nice young lady gave me some sandwiches." And he goes, "That's glass. The top's glass. And the bottom, that's porcelain. What restaurant do you know gives away that shit?" The emergency room had my stomach pumped. Turns out it was the deputy. All right, he pissed all over the sandwiches. I mean, surprisingly, in Ohio, they consider that poisoning, and they don't take kindly to officers of the court, lawyers, being poisoned. So he went to prison. He went to prison. So he went to, "Hey, I can't be a deputy anymore," to "Now I'm in prison." His girlfriend went. She got a suspended sentence. And I talked to her. She said she was sorry. Look, these guys meet people that are easily. It's just my spiel, manipulated, and so I couldn't. I'm not. I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt. Okay, we hugged. She said she was sorry. But from that point on, I had made a plaque, and I put it over my door that said, "I survived this." So I understand what you're talking about when you say people, Shiny. I understand. Cool. I survived the sand.
Hopefully.
Having your stomach pumped isn't any fun, Shiny.
No, it isn't.
Shiny. It's not fun. It's not a lot of fun.
Actually, kind of awful.
Yes, it is. Yes. Charcoal. It's not fun. It's a whole night. Like, oh. But she smelled pretty. She's pretty.
Didn't tell you what restaurant? Didn't hand you a card to the restaurant?
Shiny! Did I not say she was pretty? Did I not say she smelled nice?
I am glad that your partner
It's wholesome.
had your back. Your partner definitely had your back. I'm very glad.
He ran out. Dennis, he ran out. He's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" "I'm eating a sandwich. Why?" All right. Folklore. Tell us. How did you get interested in folklore?
So I was my mom really likes dragons and folklore and things like that. So I kind of picked up a lot of it from her. And then the fact that I was interested in because I was born in England actually.
I bet. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So being raised in the States, I got made fun of.
Really? Really? Okay.
Yeah. Because I didn't grow up in one school. I moved around a bunch.
Yeah.
So I was always the new kid on the block. I never fit in. Whenever they asked me where I was from, I could never give them like a certain answer. So the easiest thing to tell them was like, "Oh, England," because that's where I was born, right?
Okay,
It's the
but
point of origin for my existence.
all right, time out. But weren't you? I mean, were you an army brat though? Weren't you with a bunch of people in the same situation? Oh,
No,
oh,
no, I was going to schools off base.
oh, were you? Okay, okay. Oh God, that had to
So,
be hard as hell. Oh my God. So
um,
sorry. Did you have an accent too?
no, my brother did.
Oh,
I luckily did not have much of an accent.
okay.
My wife says I have an accent now, and I don't have an accent. So, um, she can believe what she wants, but I don't think anybody today would meet me and go, "Oh, are you from England?" No, I don't think they would. Um, so like I just did a lot of reading as a kid as a result because I didn't interact with people because people were asses.
Bye. Yeah.
Um, so I read a lot of fairy tales and then I read a lot of the origins of fairy tales and I was like, okay, well, this has a place here and this is this and oh, there's actually a whole other subsection that I can get into and read. So it was more of just like I had a love for reading and that lent itself greatly to mythology.
Oh, 100%. Yes. Yes. What did you start on? You said mom liked dragons and stuff, so
Yeah.
fairy tales sort of, and then from there,
Yeah.
okay.
It started with nursery rhymes because nursery rhymes were what she used to read me to bed.
Okay.
Um, and then she adored dragons, so she had things like Enchantica around the house. And Enchantica comes in the dragon flavor, the witches and wizards flavor, and the fairy flavor. So I also got to see fairies around the house, and I was like, okay, that's interesting.
I
So
have
then,
no I I have no
um,
idea what that is.
oh, it is porcelain that used to be made in the UK. They've shipped out a lot of things.
Oh, okay.
Not
So
even necessarily porcelain, but
figures. Okay. Okay.
figures,
Okay.
figures. I'll send you a picture of one.
Okay.
Um, and they were relatively expensive at the time. I think they're much cheaper now. They're made of a composite resin. Um, this is a good image. This is one of the dragons my mom had, actually. Um, and I'll see if I can't find a fairy. And most of them had stories attached and everything. But like there was this whole world and storytelling behind all of this stuff. And it just made me very, very interested in, okay, I like this stuff. Where can I find more of this stuff? Things like this. So I'd go to the library and I would read books and I would find things. And then Google was a thing. And I would sit on Google for hours.
What would you search for?
You just search for Enchantica.
Oh,
I'll
oh,
type
oh,
that
the
too.
actual. Okay, okay, okay. The actual. Okay. So the actual thing. So was eBay around? Yeah, eBay was around too, right? So you just could.
Um, yes and no. I wasn't really on eBay. I would look up Enchantica and then I would find key phrases like fairies, dragons, yada yada. So I'd Google those and then I'd go on to Geocities and look at different forums and websites and be hanging around places I probably had no business doing as a child.
This
Um,
is a huge.
as you do.
Yeah, no, this is
And then I
huge.
was
Yes,
also
because you're
in
giving.
Yahoo chat rooms.
Oh, there we go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Whoa. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Hmm. All right. It was like, how'd that go for you?
Oh, about how you would
Yeah. Also,
except for
people are
the fact that
creepy. Yeah.
my parents taught me, the first thing they taught me when they were like, "Okay, you're allowed to use the internet. You will never give out your name. You will never give out your age. You will never give out your location."
They were surprisingly with it for parents. They're okay. Surprisingly on top of that stuff.
My
Okay.
dad was very tech savvy.
Oh.
Um,
Okay.
so like there were ground rules I had to follow and everything. They still don't know half the shit I got up
I'm
to.
sure, well, that's just part of growing
Um,
up. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. And like they'd probably be horrified and it's fine. I came out of it okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
still alive.
Good.
Whatever. But I learned a lot of the stuff from there,
I
and
bet
then
you
just
learned a lot of
reading.
quote unquote the stuff. I bet you
Yeah.
did. Oh God. So did that actually? I see, because I learned folklore from books. Like, I probably before your time, but Time Life had like Mysteries and They Explained, and they had another one that dealt with folklore. And I remember having those or having access to those at the library. That was sort of like my. And you had Google when Google was actually not shit. So interesting.
Well, so Google, when it was not shit, was a little bit later in life when I was done doing a lot of the researching. Like a good portion of this was also on Ask Jeeves, or
Mm.
just yeah, back when
Oh
it
God,
was
I
fully
remember
Ask
that.
Jeeves and
I
not just
remember
Ask.
that. Okay,
And then
you make a GeoCity for yourself.
no, I didn't. I again, a lot of it I picked up from my mom, and then from the books we had around the house, and then the books we had in the library, and then Ask Jeeves, Google, whatever search engine I was using at the time.
Uh huh.
Um, Wikipedia was much, much later. And most of the information was pretty inconsistent in those days on Wikipedia. Um,
Oh, I'm sure.
but
Yeah.
like if you were willing to dig, if you were willing to flip through books, if like there are a lot of children's books who actually lightly touch on fairies and things like that, and they don't go into the nitty-gritty. You have to do more research than that to find the ones where it's like, okay, yeah, that's cool and all, but maybe don't call them that. Call them the fair folk, call them the good people or
People.
whatever, because you don't want to piss them off.
Yes. So
Um,
you actually went into past the Tinkerbell Victorian paper fairies. Real shit. You're there. You're there with the real
yeah,
shit. Don't trust. They always tell they don't say they don't lie. Don't lie,
no,
but they're not telling you the truth.
they deceive. They are
Yeah.
capable
Yes.
of deceit, but they're not capable of straight up lying.
I learned how to speak Fey and law.
Yes. I hear law school's great for that.
Yes, yes. Uh, you have
Um,
don't have them never say thank you. Be in debt. Yes. Yeah, not something that you would have like children hang out with. I've learned early on that they are sort of like royalty that can make your life hell, and just are the precious.
they're not all royalty, right? Because like
Well, they
you
have
have
the
the different
attitude.
castes and
Yeah. Well, no,
everything,
I'm
and
saying
like
yeah, they have the attitude. Yes, you're right.
mhm.
Yes, yeah. Tell. Oh, go for it. You go. Yes. Go on. Have the yeah, please. I tell me, please.
I mean, I think you already
I do,
know
but I
though,
want.
like
I love other people in the know, please.
um I mean, we've already talked about brownies and how you don't really acknowledge brownies if you want the brownies to hang around. They're pretty helpful fellows. But like you wouldn't really there were the two main courts, but there are subcourts within the two main courts, and that aligns with the seasons. And you've got spring and summer, the nice pleasant ones, as far as pleasant can be
Yeah, yeah.
in that
Quote unquote.
world.
Yeah, yeah. Quote unquote pleasant.
And autumn and winter are more likely to have things that are going to end up killing you in one way or another.
In all
That isn't to
honesty.
say that spring and summer aren't going to
Oh
kill you.
yeah.
It just means, it might be more of an accident when they do it because they don't understand just how fragile humans are.
In all honesty, I've grown to respect the sport a lot more because you sort of you kind of get what they are. There's no pretend. There's no pretend. It's like it is what it is. Oh, yeah, okay. You're gonna tear my face off. Okay, yo, dude, sure. At least you're not gonna stab me in the back because I said thank you accidentally. You know what I'm saying? It's more honesty, quote unquote, more honesty in that.
But like there were things that you could do to keep yourself and your family safe. Like I guess it really depends on which particular group you're talking about. Like what culture specifically and what fairies you're talking about, what fae you're talking about, as to what you have to do to keep yourself safe from them. Like rowan trees are typically, considered a good thing to have around because fairies treat them better, and if you have some, they're less likely to attack you or whatever. But then there's also, other ones where it's like, if you tuck bread into the wrap of your child before they go out at night, it's less likely that they might be screwed with by the fairies. But there's also other ones where it says, "Oh, no, actually, fairies hate bread," like, they're gonna go after you. So it just depends on which culture you're talking about, really.
Yeah. I thought for sure you went. Damn. Yeah, I thought for sure you were gonna go turn your clothes inside out and iron, but man, you went into the. You hit us with some deep cut. I mean, respect. Yes, much respect. A great deal of respect. I have you ever heard of a fella named Joseph Campbell, comparative mythology? I,
Maybe,
I
but I'm,
think
again, terrible with names.
it's okay. It's Shiny knows a lot. Joseph Campbell talked about the hero with 1,000 faces, have basically archetypes of things throughout cultures, and they're similar. And what I began to do, I began hobby comparative folklore, and begin to realize that there are variations on theme, but every every culture has about the people that came before something else.
Mhm.
Now, I mean, you can take it as, oh, well, this is obviously race memories or stories from when walking around hominid, or you can go, well, wait a minute, hominids.
Yeah,
but
but it
yeah,
doesn't. The perceptions that those people had might have been influenced by things. Like, say, you it normally rains at 3 p.m. You think you're summoning the rain because before 3 p.m., you have a thing that you do every day. You go out, you have a cup of tea, you stir it twice, once to the left, once to the right. And then they think, "Oh, this is clearly linked to the rain," right? So there's so many different ways it could be interpreted. Yes, it could
yes,
be possible that there were pre-beings or whatever, or it's just we made connections because humans like to have connections. They want to understand things, so they're going to try and piece things together as best they can with the understanding they have at that time. It's why, gods were created in the Greek pantheon
yes.
who handled certain things. It's how they tried to understand volcanoes and how we got fire and all of these other things, because we don't know what we don't know, and we
Yes.
still try to explain it.
I don't know if you're looking at chat, but I laugh because Basis no, she's English when she says having tea as her rain dance ritual. Yes, I agree. I agree. I'm not going to, because I've seen so many weird certain point, semi charmed kind of. So I'm not. I can't. Let's say I am a skeptic, but like I said, in your manner, agnostic through a sense, and Irish in the where, like, okay, I will say, well, obviously, person of reasons, but I'm still not going to take.
Mhm.
So I've always sort of kind of come akin to them that way. I don't know if you know anything about. I met him. He's a bit of a boob. His name's David Politis. It's called 411.
No.
Talks about how people mysteriously vanish. He's got a whole bunch of them. His first ones are good. How people vanish during certain circumstances in the national forest, and he picks up these circumstances like you going berry picking or hunting, and then all of a sudden they're gone. And it used to be like he was basically a fanatic for Bigfoot, and he began to realize, in a minute, not some not going to say because books, but I'm going to say a lot of these things you find taking the king's berries, hunting on the king's land without permission. That's called poaching. They're going to get your ass. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's probably the internet. But that's the things I see that I think are fascinating. When you have like, I don't know if you know Survivor Man, Canadian guy, and he a bunch of survival stuff. I'm nowhere near, but I hike, right? And you hear stories about like 2-year-olds, and they vanish from a birthday party. True story. And they're found like 5 miles away past. So there's a 5-year-old. Two things. A human did it. My experience, if a human's going to go through that trouble to take a 5-year-old, I bet, damn it, the men in black are trying to stop me. Hold on, I'll be right back. They're trying to silence me. God damn. Oh, hold on. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. I'm back. That's just my music. Sorry. Is that better? Anyway, what I'm saying is, like, either it's a human. In my experience, humans don't that effort and leave somebody behind. So what the fuck was that? What is that? And then you go, hey, I've read about that stuff. Tales, folklore. There's things that make you go, that's me. That's just how I kind of like all those weird bits. I frankly, I don't believe, quote unquote, in ghosts. I don't know what a ghost is. I'm certainly not one to believe in angels and demons because that has way too much baggage depending on your culture. But I'm not somebody who's gonna like my life experiences is one that all right. So you have time for one screwy story, Shiny, where my mic just dies. All right, so I told you about the moose thing, right? When I was in Alaska, and for people here who've known me, I've talked about it. So it was the summer in Alaska. So at best, at midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, it would get to be about that yellow dusk. Okay, there's 10 of us on this group, and we're hiking because this is what you paid for. Hiking over a glacier. On the right of us is old forest growth. There's nothing there. We're in Alaska. There's nothing there. And on the left of us is the glacier, literally a glacier. And it's not the ice you think about because it's covered with dirt, but it's enough to where you don't walk there. You're going to disappear because of the glacier. So we're walking on this trail, and all of a sudden, in the forest part to our right, looks like there are softballs. And more than one are kind of moving between the trees and playing tag between the trees. And I was fascinated by it. The guide was completely nonplussed. He had a schedule. He was trucking. Now, the gentleman behind me was a surgeon. And when I say materialistic, I don't mean somebody who's like, moves because I hit it. This is the way it is. Science. This is it. That man behind me had a nervous. They were considering airlifting this out because he could not fathom what was. Me, I was like, man, I want to go see what the fuck that is. This dude, he legitimately, and he was older than I was. I was just a kid. I was right out and chilling. This guy like deconstructed before eyes. Finally, I think he kind of got some wherewithal, and he eventually didn't go through the whole thing. That left him shaken enough to where, like, he eventually. But I mean, that. Like I was saying before, it's like it's. We all looked at each other and we said, "We see it. We absolutely see it. What the fuck is that? I can't explain it. I don't know what that is." Why is it playing the music again?
Because
that was interesting.
The Discord call hung up for a second. It sounded like.
Oh, okay, that was cool. It was a nice point at the end. a nice Doctor Who point. So that's how I sort of put it. That's kind of my cosmology. So in that sense, that's why I became sort of. I think there's something to be said about. At the very least, there are kernels, like you said, kernels of truth in there. Start digging up, paying attention to, and more often than not, we sort of like pish posh that.
It does.
So why did you decide to go harpy, Faye?
Again, specifically, I did that little art challenge.
Yeah, but why harpy? I mean, it was because you saw one and it thought it was.
Uh, it really was. I didn't want to be terribly human looking, but I
Okay.
am also not a furry.
Okay. No, I think there's a word for
So
the feathery. I think that's a feathery.
but a harpy is a monster, right?
Well,
It's
I mean,
different because it's a monster. So I
pick
was
your
like, I
poison.
want to be something monstrous.
Okay.
I don't want to be just a person. I think
You're so not monstrous, but I mean, I give you. You're
there's a
adorable.
giant world of design out there. There's so much creative room to make interesting things, and I want something that's interesting that I haven't seen. And at the time, I had not seen any Harpy VTubers. So,
No.
like, I did a cursory look around. I was like, okay, I see people who have Harpy tagged, but typically they're angels. They're like, yes, they have wings, they have arms, they have hands. They're very people looking. They look like people and they have wings. But I'm not seeing like just straight up Harpy VTuber.
I haven't either. I think. Let me think. Hold on. My broken brain. I haven't either. I've seen moths. Oh, Tricky, but she's more a sphinx, I think. Tricky.
Mhm.
So at most two. So yeah, you freaking
So
rock. Yeah, I
there
love
is
it.
a Harpy VTuber technically. They are a Harpy in the sense, as far as I understand, that it's based off of the bird Harpy.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Gotcha.
which, if I'm wrong, I'm so sorry to misrepresent that VTuber. But
I don't know if they'll take
like
offense. They called me a bird.
they might. You never
Yeah,
know.
that's true. Fair enough.
But so I was like, okay, I think this is an interesting concept. I think this is probably going to be difficult to get done the way that I am envisioning it, because people typically aren't comfortable drawing people without human arms, it turns out. The wings have been interesting because I am currently trying to get a character sheet made, and a lot of
Oh,
people are like, "Oh, you're no, I'm not comfortable doing your art sheet
really?
because you don't have arms, because you
Really?
don't have hands, because it's complex. It's hard to think about harpy wings and how harpy wings would move and how these things would these and then also the bird legs, they're like, "Okay, I draw people legs. I'm not used to drawing bird legs. I'm not comfortable drawing bird legs, so
Okay.
I think you need to look at furry artists." And furry artists are like, "You're a little bit human looking." And I'm like, "Yep,
Oh man,
because I'm a harpy."
you're trapped between two worlds.
So, and I have found really fantastic artists who are willing to work with me. I'm just waiting for their queues to clear up a little bit, and I've got like
Gotcha.
a bunch of fantastic friends who have made me gorgeous art. Like Lyra does a fantastic job. Saw she was the first person I ever rated,
Oh, way cool.
and
Okay.
she saw my character and she's like, "I have to draw that." And she drew my first piece of fan art, and it is so special to me. And just was not just was like, "Yep, that's something new to try. I'm gonna do it. I wanna try it. It's new, it's interesting. I'm going to draw this character." And that is just so cool when you run into somebody like that. She's a
That,
treasure.
that's amazing. That's amazing. I think we're looking at your PNG right now, but I remember when it's great. I mean, the rigging and stuff, and we already talked about it, but it's great. So, no, I think it's done masterfully. I think it's wonderful. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
Yuki
amazing.
did an amazing job, and I made her life more difficult because I was like, Yuki, I need a toggle where I can cover my face with my wing.
Okay, but you know what? You are going hard mode because as a Fae, as one of the good folk, we've already established that's how you got in here, right? You apeshit.
Mhm.
So you effectively can be as human like or not as. I mean, that's
Oh, no,
glamour.
see, that's
That's
not
glamour to a
consistent
T.
with the rules of my existence, though.
Oh,
I
okay.
have to have a certain percentage of myself bird-like. Otherwise, I cannot exist. That is a set rule I have for my character.
Oh, that's cool. I love that. Yeah, but then you can find the workaround. Have feathers in your hair.
Mhm.
That enough?
But I have to have a certain percentage. So no matter what, there's always going to be some part of my body that is just avian. Just having feathers is not enough for me to consider that to be true to this character.
You are playing in hard mode. Much respect. Holy shit. I love this. I love everything about this. That is great. So okay, so just feathers is a known. Oh man. Oh my god, I love this. So okay, how about this? How about bird feet under pants? Flex.
I already have bird legs.
No, but I'm
So
saying like if you wanted to blend it, no, I'm taking this as like writing a story. Like so if you're
okay.
walking around the city, like
Mhm.
you know, get your shit.
To blend in, I would
Yeah.
just be a bird.
Oh, you just go straight bird. Why even bother? Well,
Just straight
how
bird.
about if you wanted to interact? Like if you wanted to go have some.
Oh, they'll probably think it's a costume. I just tell people it's a cosplay then.
Perfect. You'd hang out. This is perfect. You hang out and cosplay. I love it. I love everything about this. You just hang out with the cosplayers and it's fine. It's like somebody walks by. It's like, wow, great. Okay, so that reminds me of like this is my brain. It goes back to E.T. the movie where E.T.'s walking around. Everybody thinks it's somebody in costume. And it's like, wow. And they bumps into Yoda and they're looking at each other. And yes, this is wonderful. It's fucking great
because
lore. I love it.
humans are really, really good at discounting things that are strange that they see. They look for a very reasonable explanation most of the time.
Yes,
So
they
if
do.
you see a person that's 7 foot tall with wings and bird legs, your first bet's going to be, oh, that's got to be a costume.
100%. 100%. 100%.
There's a book series you might enjoy listening to. It was one that it was the first thing she made me read when I met her.
Okay.
The first 3 books are a little bit slow, and I was bored to tears, but the rest of the series, absolutely fantastic.
Okay.
Um, it's by Jim Butcher,
Ah!
and it's called The Dresden Files.
Oh! I know you were going to say that. I read your mind. I met him. I have his.
You met him?
Yeah.
Nice.
I met him and Laurel Hick Hamilton because they're good friends. She's great. She does Mary Gentry, which you might like, and that's about fae folk in America. And there's a lot of sex and stuff, but I mean, it's great. I think you would enjoy it. I've met her. She wanted to bang my girlfriend, allegedly.
I would love to have a link to that series so that I could read it.
Done.
I usually just like skip over the pages where I'm like, it's sex. Let's skim read this until there we go, story again.
Well,
there we go.
There is a lot of it because it's based on an old Celtic thing about. It's all about having an heir to the throne. Let's just say that.
Got it.
I mean, it's kind
Got
of.
it.
But she does have a detective agency, and there is really cool stuff in there.
And that stuff doesn't bother me in books, right? It's just not terribly interesting.
Yes,
because I'm also ace. You get it.
You get. I understand.
Like,
I feel the same way. No, I understood what you were coming from. 100% where you're coming from. Yes. How far have you gotten in the Jim Butcher stuff?
I am waiting for his next book to come out.
Okay. I got a friend of mine, one of my mods, has read farther than I have. I have not read past. Oh, frankly, was it Ghost Story? I haven't read past Ghost.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I know there's a few
Okay.
after that.
I think the rest of the books are really good and that you should read them.
I love them.
Or listen to
And you
them
were
on, like,
100% right about the first part, because if you look back on them now, it's
all set
Butcher.
up.
Well, it's Butcher learning how to write too. You read it, and Stormfront is so like clunky and it's struggling, and then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, he's getting better.
It really takes off.
Yes!
It really takes off. And again, he lays down so much groundwork in those first 3 books, even
Yes.
as he's figuring out how to write these books. And then you can read later books and go, wait a second. And you can run to your shelf, grab a book, or oh yeah, I see how this is linked to that and everything. So I enjoy the way that series has developed, and I enjoy the books immensely.
I also yes, no, I'm huge. I'm huge with also I have a thing for his fairy gun. But anyway. That's a callback. Don't worry about it. It's a callback. It's a deep cut, people. It's a deep. You know, his son actually writes.
Else.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. It's wholesome. Okay, it's wholesome. I love everything about those. His son is writing books now. God, I
didn't
feel
even
so
know
old.
he had a son.
His son's writing books.
Oh my goodness.
But I met him at Dragon Con. No, I met him at Archon. I met him at Archon with Laura K. Hamilton. They bumped into each other, and I was trying not to fanboy. But they're great people. They're really, really wonderful people. No, I think it was Archon. I'm pretty sure it was Archon, or it may have been Dragon Con, because I know they're both. I get... Thanks, Stasis. But it was either one of those two, and I had a blast with them. They were so much fun. They're great people. They're really great people. And I think Mary Gentry, also, Laura K. Hamilton does books called Anita Blake. You might like those.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And before, like the early ones, she's, God, what is she? Traces the dead and talks to them. And it's a world where monsters and basically humans, it's not hidden. Yeah, she's a necromancer.
Vaguely
Yes.
familiar. Does she work out of a bookstore?
I don't know.
Okay. I'm going to have to double check, because it sounds familiar.
There's so many of them that I don't know. They start to blend together, because I remember when she became a mark. And then she had like a relationship with Fire in the World. Yeah, you'd skip past that. I did. You'd skip past all that stuff. Yes, but I think you'd enjoy those too. So yeah, those are my recommendations back at you. I love that you like Jim Butcher. I feel like sometimes I feel like him when it comes to technology. I'm like, with me and the computer, it's like, wow, this is gonna go wrong, and wow, this is gonna go wrong, and thank God I'm not blowing up my what is it, my furnace and my water heater, because wizards can't have that, because electronics and stuff don't like them. It's a thing.
Depending on what time period they were born in. Too.
It's true.
If it's an older wizard, they're going to struggle more with modern technology.
Yes.
But if it's a wizard that was born recently, they're probably not going to have as many issues with, say, a computer.
Yes. And your significant other gave me a wonderful compliment. Yeah, I'm going to cherish that. Yeah, I love the fact, like, so when I stopped, he still had taken on his protege, the guy's daughter.
Yeah.
And I have not read, because then his significant other, who has become a man, talk about a deep cut. She went down to fight vampires, and I know she comes back eventually, but I haven't gotten to those yet. So yeah, I know there's a bunch more and he said, I guess he said there's only going to be 20, but
Mhm.
I think the delay is because he started doing graphic novels and stuff. And then the TV show, I don't know if you ever saw the TV show on Sci-Fi.
We saw the TV show.
I
It was
enjoyed it. Did you like
good.
it?
It wasn't like the books, though.
No.
It definitely was like a divergence from the books.
Yes.
But I loved the actor they picked to play Dresden. It was
Yes!
it was a lot of fun to watch.
It was
that series.
perfect. And I know because he talked about it, so this puts it around a time date because I remember he talked about it because they had tried to do the skull and it just didn't work. It just with the tech they had and the budget, it just didn't work. So they picked the guy instead, the white-haired guy.
Mhm.
What was the skull? What's the skull's name, buddy?
ISO.
Yeah,
Pulling
what
on your
ISO?
Dresden.
Bob! So, yeah, Bob was not a flaming skull in the series, but I have it. And it breaks my heart that it didn't even make one season, did it? All the cool
It didn't.
all the shit I like!
Cut it short pretty quickly, and they ended on, like, he met a dragon, I think it was?
Yeah.
Or quite possibly a dragon?
I was brutally sad. All the good shit they cut. Like, I love Constantine on NBC. Yeah, fuck you, Dan. All right. Dresden was like, hey, this has potential. This is unique. Cut it. Fuck you, Dan. All right, great, thanks. So I decided to write my own fucking book, and it went nowhere. I wrote a novel, Tiny. I wrote a novel.
You wrote a book?
Yeah, I did. It was back when Amazon only sold books. That old. I got the rights back, and then when I do my occasionally when I do my insomnia Saturdays, I crack out the book and I chill with my cat, and because they wanted me. Well, you're an ace. You'll get this. I recommend if you're ever interested in doing it. I recommend it because it's a lot of fun. All you have to do is cut your wrist and bleed on the paper. To be a good novelist. It's a quote. It's not me. It's a quote. It's a famous quote. But anyway, I wanted to write a book, and it has to do with. It is my own version of urban fantasy, and it deals with a guardian and a changeling, and I got myself an agent, and I even went to romantic times because who are generally money, and who reads. Women predominantly are readers, so they made me do a love interest, and I'm an ace, and I don't know how to write that shit, so it was. So I'm taking that out, and I'm going to
feel like it's and this is a complaint with publishers, right?
Yeah.
It is so reductionist of them to go. Women only want to have romantic interest.
Oh, I'm not going to argue with you. I thought it was ridiculous. It's bottom line. Women read more than men. Women want to see romance because romance is the most profitable series of anything. So fuck you if you don't have romance. No. They literally told me no one is interested in a man even protecting a child because there's no romance. Look, this was a long ago. Okay, this was like more than 30 years. So hopefully we're better. But at the time, it was like fuck you. So they published it. I made I'm not shitting you, about $40. There's a bunch of books in my basement, and I'm going to redo them, self-publish them, and then I'm going to take the proceeds, take my $40, and give the rest to the Trevor Press. That's what I swore I would do.
Well, that's cool.
So that's my bag. So if you ever consider writing, because you and ISO you've got the background for it. And you when you told me, the only reason why I bring it up is because you've given yourself restrictions to match your canon. And that is very much the sort of mindset to be an amazing person who, as far as like world building. That's why I bring it up. Because not everybody says stuff like that.
I did write a book.
Oh, I
never published it.
Publish it.
I never published it.
Self-publish.
But I wrote it when I was much younger, so like it's got a lot of issues in it. But
what are you doing?
People
will watch you. People crack it out at night. I didn't think it was going to happen. Shiny, chat can tell you. they'll just sit there. You put on like music, allegedly, or a podcast, allegedly, from your head, and you just sit there and vibe and talk and have your Google Doc or whatever you have open. Yeah, yeah, it works. Yeah, it's fun. Tell me about your story. Oh, that's awesome, Fern.
My story that I wrote, because I was again fascinated with dragons and everything, uh, was going to be about dragons. And I didn't realize it at the time that I was a creepy kid, but apparently I was a creepy kid.
That's okay.
I wanted to have horror elements in it. And there was going to be this thing where magic had started dying off in the world. And this was a fantasy world. But magic had started to bleed out of the world. And there was a relic of the past, and it was a dragon egg. And it hadn't hatched for a millennia. It'd just been sitting in this palace, being taken care of, doing nothing, basically a rock. And a girl who was uh, hungry, sort of on the last edges of like what she could do to sustain herself out in the wilderness, taking care of her grandmother, was given an offer that if she got this egg to this man, he would make her grandmother better again. Like, okay, I literally, I have no food, I have nothing to my name. This is the only thing I can do to make this work. So, as this is all going on, the world itself has been shrinking because first fog from an ancient wizard has been slowly consuming the world. It exists underneath a floating mountain range. That as the mountain range moves, the fog moves with it, but the fog doesn't go away when it's passed over an area. So this mountain range that's been moving in the sky for thousands of years at this point has almost completely covered the planet that they exist on. And she exists in one of the places where it's not. So she goes to steal the dragon egg. Bad things happen, the normal, oh, she nearly gets caught, egg gets dropped, things start to go horribly, horribly awry. She ends up in the fog with the egg. And legend says there's a ladder that you can find in the fog, but she starts hearing things in the mist, creatures, large, small voices of people that she used to know. And as it's getting darker, uh, the shadows and everything are moving closer, and she's like moved past ruined villages and everything, where you can see that this used to be a fully intact city, and there's plates of food still there, rotted from years of like most of the food's completely disintegrated, but some of it, some of the older stuff that's a little bit harder to get rid of, has just started to decay there because not even insects are here to break things down. There's just nothing other than these shadows.
I love it. I love
Um,
everything about this. Do you know what NaNoWriMo? When did you do it?
I think I started writing it when I was 12 years old.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Basically,
And I finished writing it when I was 18. And
Gary's
I
enthralled.
showed it to somebody that I trusted. And they told me it's impossible to make a living as a writer. You would do better to go into tech.
Sounds like you talked to my parents.
So
Sounds like you fucking talked to my parents.
I took the file and I put it on a USB. I'm not even sure I could find the USB anymore.
Good.
And I
Here's the passion.
never touched it again, basically. But as the story goes on, I was going to pan out that the magic had actually just coalesced and formed itself into the mountains because the wizard had fucked up so badly. What he had done was actually made a battery in the mountains that was absorbing all of the magic from the world. And the dragons had actually moved up and can fly, so they're not going to loud music. It's okay.
I think that's awesome.
But
no, I think this is awesome.
Because dragons fly, so why the fuck wouldn't they get away from the creepy, terrifying things on the ground and go move in the magical mountains and not have to deal with people anymore?
I think
So
this is a.
It
Okay.
was a whole concept.
Listen, Shiny, synchronicity. That sound does not happen. Nobody's on the call. I think this is kismet. I think one of the reasons why writing is so hard for me, extrovert. I have a problem. Like even when you write, like even in workshops, when you write together, you're not really all together. Head down. I don't know. Just talking about myself. But if you're cool with writing, fuck that. Fuck that. Can't make it. Fuck all that stuff. Because what if you just want to make the story come out for you? Does it have an end? You got beginning, middle, and end?
I did have a beginning, middle, and end. I literally finished writing it. I don't remember what the end was anymore because, again, it's been years, and I spent so much time building the world up that the world is the thing that is most still stuck in my head.
If it's still stuck in your head, I'm gonna throw my just I think it's absolutely amazing. I don't want you to keep talking and spoil it, but I want at the same time I want to know what happens.
I'm sure the plan was, because I was a kid writing this, that everything was going to end very happily and good, and all the bad people were going to be defeated, and the fog was going to lift from the world, and kumbaya and all that.
Why the fuck can't we have that? There's nothing wrong with that. What the fuck?
I don't know that I would write it that way anymore. I don't know that I would write it that way.
Okay. Maybe more bittersweet now, isn't it?
I think there are some stories you can only write at certain times in your life because it's before you've witnessed certain things. It's before you've interacted with certain things. And there's some people who manage to preserve that very childlike wonder throughout their entire life, right? I'm not one of them.
Oh,
unfortunately.
I know. Never tell somebody. Wisdom is. But you would. The last time you've written fiction? Have because made your character.
It was I mean, other than building characters and doing D&D things, I literally haven't written since that time.
Maybe I give you a little push there with the prod. Hold on.
I don't know.
I get my cattle prod here. Hold on.
I don't feel like I could write the story at a level that I would be satisfied with. I feel like it would end up reading like some kind of fan fiction, and that would not be satisfying for me to write. And I guess that's my biggest concern.
Okay, fair enough. I will counter that. Thought that you'd get the same thing. Become a better writer. I understand that. Yeah. That is a thing that everybody has that. Everybody I don't have the skill level to do what I want. I understand completely. I absolutely understand. Got talent. That was awesome.
It's very sweet of you to
It's say. True. I don't bullshit people. This is all true. Fucking true. They're people. No, I'm not. This has been wonderful. I know you have to go, don't you? You said
we've got time up to 6, so we could keep chatting.
20 minutes. All right. I feel bad because I'm like, well, it'll be about an hour unless I'm like, oh no, I've done it again. I'm vibing with people. I think I kept Nibby too long too. Oh, sorry. If you decide to do it, I will say go for it, because as you get older, and you know this, regret gets heavier as you get older. Oh, fuck, it does. And there's so much, there's so much fucking AI. NaNoWriMo was a thing that people really tried to do back in the day. And I say this back in the day, as in before AI, because it was, you have a month to do 50,000 national writing. I wrote my book before that, and the book I wrote, practicing. I was writing it, bits and pieces. Have you ever read John Dies at the End? I recommend that book too. If you haven't read the book,
I don't think I have.
Read the movie. Watch the movie. The movie's good. John Dies at the End. The dude finished the book. It took him 10 years because he was writing it on Post-its. Ah, Ryan. Oh, nice. He wrote it on Post-its between movies. Yes, it's great. Yes. Yeah, Fern, you're right. I was going to say, the two books are good. Don't do NaNoWriMo anymore, because now they're all into AI, and AI is I'm not gonna shit all over AI, because it's great for giving you prompts, and it's great for like as an oracle, but if you let that goddamn thing write for you, you can fucking tell it's not good.
Yeah.
Boy, this is like a 3-year-old who's used the big words. And you're not really getting it. It's not coming across the machine, because you're a machine. I don't think anyone, right, my hot spicy take, I think perhaps the graphic artists, like people who draw art for companies, think that career is dead. Sorry to say, that career. Because, well, corporations will pay for nothing. It's this AI bullshit rather than to pay a human being. But as far as like art, literature, AI is not a place that I know. Oh, but it keeps getting better. I don't care. It's not going to have to be sentient, to bond with other creatures. That's a machine. Until it becomes actually sentient, then
yes,
algorithm. You know better than I do. It's just this magic box of an algorithm.
Yes. The current state of AI, it constantly needs new information and input, and it's not developing anything itself or really having any reasoning behind why it's doing any of the things.
Yeah.
But with graphic design, I don't feel like those jobs are going to go away, because there's an issue AI's already starting to run into, and this is very similar to when we started firing nuclear bombs. We ran into an issue of where we needed metal that didn't have a lot of radioactive particles active in them.
Oh, I know
you
exactly.
Can't, like, make Geiger counters.
Yes,
we're running into that issue with AI, because if AI constantly needs new input and it starts feeding itself information from other AI, it actually causes the art models to fall to pieces.
So it starts doing an
Yes. The art doesn't get better. It goes back to looking more like what we originally saw out of AI art. So scientists are trying to sort of do a snapshot preservation of the internet, because they've realized a little bit too late in some ways
I love it.
that this is an issue that's going to happen. So that way they have stuff to feed their AI, but if you're feeding your AI things from a specific snapshot, then it can never get better.
I guess
from when that snapshot was made.
No, so. I find that very heartening. At the same time, I will say, and it has really nothing to do with means we use. Oh, capitalism. Is that right, Jeff? Capitalism. I mean, honestly, if they're all, hey, you don't have to, AI doesn't take sick leave, or AI doesn't just do it.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Yeah.
still going to cause a lot of problems, and it's gonna take many years for all of this to get sorted out, and even then, depending on how consumers decide to if they shift paying for things, if they change their mind about how they pay for things, if they don't support AI, that can also force a change. It right now, we are in the middle of it, and we do not know how everything is going to play out right now.
I
We
s-
can make educated guesses, we can look at history and how other new inventions have influenced things, but that's really all we can do right now
I see it
with
because
AI.
I take great amusement watching because I can see because I'm on Instagram and stuff, and I see the advertisements like, "Hey, use AI for your law firm," and I go, "Yeah, malpractice 101. Here we go. How to lose your law license,"
Yeah.
and it's happened. It's happened.
It's already happened. It did.
These motherfuckers are using Chat GPT, and it's coming up with case law that it's not real, and they go in front of a judge, then they get disbarred because that's called malpractice. You can't just make shit up. And I saw that I can't fuck person. I'm being uh Elon and Grok. They're trying to do medical transcription. I was reading on a legal case where they did a transcription of a person that went into the emergency room, and like the pitch is wonderful. Focus more on the client. Let the machine do the data input. I'm like, well, that sounds great, right? And then it turns out this client who went in for a heart attack suddenly in the fucking notes is a heroin addict. What the fuck?
So
Because the machine just, heroin. Where'd that come from? Nobody knows. Certainly not the patient. Certainly not the doctor. What the fuck?
yeah, AI right now has an issue where it can hallucinate, it makes things up, it's not very good about citing its sources, and it cannot consistently cite its resources. Which is why the current model of AI is unsustainable long term. Even if we suddenly could give it all of the information it wanted, even if we didn't need a snapshot of the internet and human things to input into the AI, the issues are just going to continue to get worse because we haven't worked on AI's logic. So they're going to have to change the way they're doing things
I, I,
eventually.
I think it's, I mean, talk about the wrong tool for the job. I think it's because I've also read some stuff, and I actually had personal, and I won't bring it up, but like personal experience where AI is good at detecting things that would make like a human brain go, "What am I going to have for dinner? Pot roast." Very boring, redundant shit that I can just go, "Oh, I see something here that." Like okay, like for instance, like if I get if I would have gotten like a ton of discovery, I could see like AI shifting through that to find something. All right, but as far as like taking in somebody or hallucinate, I don't even know what the fuck. I knew what the fuck does that even mean? I know it makes mistakes, but I don't even know what hallucinating means. But I mean,
So hallucinating is it will just make things up. Like,
how? But how does
you
it do
know how you
that?
they haven't exactly figured out what the exact mechanism is that makes AI hallucinate.
That's horrifying.
Just that cat
That's
models
horrifying.
typically do that.
I see.
So you can ask it a question and you could ask it like, "How do you make a pot roast?" And then it could go on a tale about how you can only get the pot roast if you murder 50,000 cows and retrieve the specialist steak of all.
Oh my god.
It will just make things up sometimes, and you cannot always tell when it's making things up if you are not double checking that information against other things, which is why, again, with the amount of resources AI takes, because of how corporations have tried to implement it, it is not sustainable. It's not sustainable on an environmental level. It's
No.
not sustainable on a social level. It's not sustainable on a technological level because
God,
technology is going to change. it is going to grow. We are going to have AI one way or another,
Oh yeah,
whether we like it or
yeah.
not.
You can't put the genie
But the
back. Yeah.
version of AI we have is not going to be the version that we have today. Not
I
the one that ends up succeeding. It's kind of like how you had VHS, and I can't remember what the other tape
Beta,
version
beta,
was. Right. And
Betamax,
one
baby.
of these things succeeded.
Mhm,
VHS did.
mhm,
The other one was deemed technologically not as good. So
mm.
it got either through cost or uh, how difficult it was to get the resources for or whatever. One ended up reigning supreme over the other. And there is currently a new startup that just got started up um, for AI to change the way we are looking at AI and how AI is implementing its logic. And again, it's just started up. So we don't know how that's going to play out. But they're looking at doing AI differently from how AI is being done by all of the corporations right now. Because those individuals are not looking to change the way AI works.
No,
They're fine with it.
yeah, because I mean, it's money.
But this
I'm
startup is
I
looking at doing it differently.
I know I'm on
And that's
Bezos. I know I'm on Bezos's watch list. I know I am. But it becomes money. I mean, it becomes about money, and like I like what and I've talked about Neurosama, the AI with Colonel. I think that's very cute as far as V2. I think they're one or two. Like I have an AI Luna. It's from a European company. For me, I get it. That's not the same thing. It for case law, not the same as putting somebody's like medical data. You're right. These big companies are doing it like, aha, we can do it this way. It's unsustainable. Fucking ridiculous. What is the new startup? What do they hope to accomplish? I'm really intrigued.
they hope well again, this is gonna sound funny. Markiplier is the one who started the startup.
Are you
I don't
serious?
know if you know who
No.
Mark
Yeah,
he
no,
is.
that's good. I like him. I
He
liked
did a
his
whole
show.
YouTube
I liked his
video on
show.
it because people were accusing him of being a massive supporter of AI. Like, here
But that's a
is, in
tool.
fact,
Yeah.
exact evidence of me not being a massive
Hmm.
supporter of AI. Because he's actually said AI is probably going to be a problem down the road. And he's done it in meme ways, but it was always the end story was AI is going to be a problem. So he started a startup. He grabbed a lady from a background university, AI, all that stuff. Um, and they're sort of spearheading it. And I'll try to send you the video
Yeah,
after so that
please.
way you can watch it and then grab the information yourself and look at the website and see if, that's something you want to talk about in the future.
I'm
But
really interested because I can't
there
I can't like shit on it because I've seen it do well in sort of the academic fields, like when you're doing like massive amounts of data, and in my own life, not to like get weird, but my own personal life where you have people say, "Oh, this is bad," and then they give it to AI, and AI is able to sort through a bunch of stuff and go, "It's okay," and I prefer to have the "it's okay" outcome. So I'm thinking, okay, that's a valid thing to have. That
yeah,
is cool.
there
It can be
there
done the
there
right way.
is
Yeah.
going to be a use for AI. How it is being used is not
Oh, it's
necessarily the
horseshit.
use for AI that we need. It is
Yes.
going to be amazing for medical fields once it is properly
Hmm.
made to do that specific thing. The thing is, it's not made to do that specific thing. So you're going to, that would be like taking a robot from a car manufacturing setup and saying, now you're going to make soda cans. It
Yes.
doesn't work.
Yes.
These are different things. And yes, we have machines that can make soda cans, and yes, we have machines that can make cars, but these are not interchangeable. They're different things. So I think, needs to be more specifically programmed for the specific fields in which it needs to be used. And the startup Markiplier made is focused on making sure AI can consistently cite sources so that they're real sources, they're not made up
Yeah, not made up shit.
real information without the hallucinations
Hmm.
and to be used in fields where it makes sense. Like a medical field for aggregating information
Yes.
to present it to a doctor where it will be useful.
Oh my God, you got the word. Thank you. And I kept trying to find the word. I think when it comes to aggregating information, when it comes to, like, I don't know, customer service or taking down, no, they're practicing law. No.
And that is to say, AI is never going to replace the fact that we are going to continue to need specialists in all of these fields who are educated on everything. AI is never going to replace that.
Well, see,
It should be a tool that
Yes.
supplements
Yes.
and assists
Yes.
those people who are well educated, who know what they are doing, because it can be hard to remember
Yes.
everything that's ever happened in the history of medicine as a doctor.
Yes.
Right?
No, I'm with you 100%. So, no, yes, that is the trick. So when everybody jumps up and down and says blanketly it's trash, I'm like, well, hold on, wait a minute. That's kind of,
I mean,
we got to
current
hold on.
current AI system is trash.
Well,
It just is.
it's used poorly. It is garbage, especially for what
It
they wanted to do. What the
uses too
fuck,
much-
man? Oh my God,
Yeah,
yes.
it uses
Yes.
too much water. It burns too much fossil fuels. It needs so much electricity, and we're not like
Yes.
computers used to be very carefully put together. And the way we made programs for computers, we used to be very careful about how those were all put together so we didn't have wasted space. Granted, programs now are very large, they're bloated, there's a lot of bits and pieces that don't need to be there, and people aren't as worried about writing their code to be as small and to fit as
Yeah.
tinily on a system as possible because we've
There's
got
no-
so much more storage space than we used to.
And what have we talked
Okay.
about the circle back? There's no constraint to add like creativity. I have a friend who codes, and he's like, "What, Dan? You never turned a boat into a bridge before?" And I'm like, "I don't understand." And he was talking about bloat and code and how it's like
Yeah.
nobody, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm like,
so,
oh,
like,
okay.
We could code more efficiently, just in most code, but we don't. And then when you start making AI models, well, we have to code the AI model first. So that's putting in bloat. And then depending on how AI decides to do things, that's introducing more bloat. So it's going to use larger storage facilities than it might necessarily need. And which burns more power, more everything. It's
Yes.
just it's
a
a
nightmare.
mess, and the way it's implemented is bad. But that doesn't mean AI will never have a use. It means our current version of AI is not good. We
Yes.
don't need it. We don't need something that drains as much energy as it does, that wastes as much water as it does, that uses as much fossil fuels as it does, that gives poor renditions of information, is so easily manipulatable by the people who are making it, so that
Yes.
you get certain narratives.
Oh, you know
Um,
what that one was? The white people are more trustworthy. Yeah, did you know
Yes,
exactly
yes.
what? I say yeah. I'm like, what the fuck?
So
Garbage in, garbage out. People, it still applies.
AI is still going to be wildly affected by the people who are programming. It's going to be wildly affected by the information that it receives. It's going to have biases. AI is never not going to be biased because we humans are the input and we are inherently biased. That's just how it is.
Yes.
So, but I need food time.
Good.
DT.
I feel bad. No, I'm glad. I feel bad. I knew it. I'm like, God damn, did it again. Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay.
I could talk to you for hours.
I used to work in a background of tech. So like I try to read up on this stuff and stay relatively, but that doesn't mean that I can always translate my thoughts from what I'm thinking in my head very well to verbiage.
No, you were
And
quite.
it doesn't mean that I necessarily understand everything that's going on because again, AI is a whole field that I haven't talked about in.
No, you were
I
quite
just know
eloquent.
what
Better
I've
than
read.
me. Yeah. No, I will end on. Started having brownouts. I thought it was. Well, it is because but also it's because they're putting in big data. Yeah, the grid can't handle it. And you'd think, wait a minute, I'm by O'Hare Airport. That would be dangerous, right? Proves right. Who cares about a bunch of airplanes, right? Fuck them. Can't help it. All right, on that note, love you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
One of these days, you, me, and ISO will get together, and I'd love to. That'd be so. Maybe you'll have the old man on Minecraft.
Sounds good.
Yeah. All right, you go eat, and then we'll say goodbye. Hey, do you have anybody you would like to raid? Gonna raid. What do you like to raid?
Let me see.
Okay, you look. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. Bam.
Oh,
We're raiding. You go ahead.
Oh, geez.
Who'd you like to raid?
Off we go. I have no idea. ISO, who we raiding? You tell me, ISO.
All right. Sure.
Also, what's the pants about?
Oh, it's a long story. No, I can't keep you. No, it's a long story.
Okay, I will ask you another time.
All right, I promise I'll tell you. The long story.
Okay.
Oh, the Crow, Elden Ring, Night Rain. Rick Rowe, Rick Rowe Van Crow. He's a crow. Boom. Start the raid. They look very cool.
They are very cool. They also have very interesting lore.
Oh, very cool. He's like a plague Dr. Crow.
Not just a plague Dr. Crow. He's got like a split soul, so you should have.
Oh, I'm there. Okay. Thank you. It's been so much fun. I had a blast. Oh, people can still hear us. Let's raid! Bye, everybody!
Goodbye.